super excited to see how this is going to play. Ryu versus Chun-Li with BB Bar. Flip our buttons back and forth. You mentioned the vision charge before, my friend, and there it was. Tries to use the driver's overhead, but doesn't find it. Good job. Checks him with the standing light kick as well, just to try to maintain the space. Great spacing as well. He can't jump from that range as Davis can, otherwise he'll end up being DP'd. So it's a very grounded footsie game from here on out. Too bad for the most part. No, base out the DP forward to roundhouse. This is about to do a grip of damage, or it would if Des Davis had actually managed to convert, but even still, the damage itself, even off of 2 hits, was enough to even the life leads. That could coke him, man. Like a Koken goes absolutely crazy. It goes majority of the screen, and she can follow behind it, almost like Gals and Sonic Booms, right? So you have to be careful about the space it is that is given. I love this middle range too. They're playing a lot of like more of the mid-range sort of characters. They've been doing pretty well with how they've both been watching a lot of their jumps, a lot of their spacing, and playing absolutely wonderfully great. Confirmed, but no finishing blow there, no super either. Instead, we're going to use the drive rush. Delzon manages to get the back throw with 15 seconds left remaining on the clock. Both of them are playing footsies. The sweep is going to get a counter hit, but nothing is going to go down. A crouching light kick into a low forward is going to seal the round. I don't know. This has been wonderful. This has been...
Round start. Drive impact. Let them know. Do you got those reactions? I got to test real quick. Oh, more reaction tests going out. Ryu has done now. So fast.
Yeah.
Can't even recover after that.
No, you
it's
can't.
Funny.
You can't challenge it really.
But there's so little recovery on fireballs in this game compared to 5. It's like really good to see stuff like that. And you get times like this where it's even challenged there. It's like, all right.
These players playing very effectively at the mid-range for sure. Nice win. Just 2 throws in a row. Tries to set it up again, but instead the throw is tech. It's the jump in, but the spinning bird kick is not punished. Delzon gets another throw in the corner. Des Davis back to the wall as to slowly approach his way out. Delzon's in burnout, so this is looking pretty bad for him so far.
Yep. Putting burnout kind of throws you back to 5. Suddenly, things are more plus against you, and the pressure becomes a lot scarier.
Dez is not anti-airing him at all, which is very, very problematic because you got to be able to stop it. This is like part of the reason why burnout is so scary, is because of the fact that, like, I know people are afraid to hit buttons because of burnout, but you have to be ready to challenge. Otherwise, you end up in situations like this where Delzon gets the first game, and Dez now has to try and find a way to adapt coming into the second match.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got to think about one thing in this game is that control in this game is not as airtight as it was in 5. Like, a lot of the time, when you have those regular buttons in Street Fighter 5, you'd have, like, regular light staggers or stuff like that. In this game, if you do 2 lights in a row, it might trade. Like, a lot of the time, I've had that happen. And there's a lot of things, especially, like, in Burnout, where your frame rate is a lot weirder, a little different.
Right.
But this game seems to want you to challenge a lot of things at times and go, all right, show me what you got. This guy can just like keep hitting buttons on you, or you got your shot.
I like the attempt to backdash as well from Delzon to try and maintain that space, but Dez already read him and just chase him down.
These
3 drive impacts back in a row.
I didn't spend $70 not to just drive impact all the time.
Absolutely, yeah, no. If you're going to play that much money, if I'm contributing to capitalism, I'm in buttons. You're not about to solve me.
Nice corner combo. And another one.
Nice. Very, very good. That's part of, like, once again, you could adapt to that a little bit better. Delzon can, but I was going to make the point of, like, why that can be so dangerous from the fact of the mental stack that you could definitely punish that from that close. That is definitely -6. You will have to be a little bit concerned about throwing that out in front of somebody. Now, it's heavy variant, absolutely. It's heavy variant, you could be throwing that out. It's really, really difficult to punish. You have to make sure that you either parry it or just outspace it, and that's sort of the way to stop Ryu's donkey kicks in neutral. They're not that bad to use in neutral, actually. With the proper spacing, drive, impact is the land to hit here. going to be at least decent carry to the corner. Use the level 3. Does that work? That does. That's awesome. I've actually never seen that extension before.
Yeah. And week 1, people have been in the lab. How much can I get off of this? Can I possibly kill, or at least give me that huge advantage?
Oh, that's an overhead in the field. Being actually good.
Dez taking this one. We're tied up with the games 1-1. Yeah. We're seeing just how insane the drive system can be, especially with this first early stages of experimentation.
Right.
We're seeing 2 very different approaches to it. We're seeing a lot of drive rushing from Dez as like a meaty to get those frames right there, and we're seeing a lot of drive impacts from Delzon. Like a lot of them. Welcome to week 1.
Honestly, right, yeah. But honestly, I think that a lot of drive impact is very, very good, not just for the corner pressure that you see. I've seen like week 1 people being used to that type of stuff. But using it to catch buttons, using it to catch fireballs is normally a great opportunity to use that drop impact. He's been using it to catch Chun-Li's normals, so they have like really high like not necessarily high recovery, but they have like they're committed buttons, so she really can't do much out of that. She's using low 4, so she can cancel out of it, but it's not the best if you're expecting it. Throwing it out randomly can be really hard to try and stop and react.
Yeah. Distance here. The charge. Ryu gun is now available. Held that parry. Okay. What are you gonna do about it? I'm just gonna throw you out.
Right. Oh, great hit. And good confirm as well. Not going to find big damage, but we'll find enough to make Delzon reconsider some of his buttons. He tries to dash in, but gets dash checked. Now he's back to the wall. There's one. Bro, what more are we going to be dealing with here? 4 Pierce, but that's not going to matter. Instead, that's a great confirm. Oh, Delzon's trying to go in despite the health?
Roll. One and the fireball hit. And then that Denjin one and just pull up the regular.
Yeah, she was in range for low 4 a couple of times, but it's the fear, man. You're so worried about so many different things. It can be very hard to deal with, like this sort of aggressive style. I'm seeing level 3. Let me just show you. Yes.
The damage.
Yes.
Good lord, the damage. And all the drive meter.
Get up. Oh, were you talking his best?
The heavy funky kick heard around the world. Oh
right,
goodness.
Yeah.
And yeah,
fireball.
your actor comes back once you're in burnout, and very scary to deal with. You know?
I think.
God, watch out.
I think from what it was that I saw from Des Davis, I really liked how they were using the Kikoken and then following it up. Like Kikoken goes further, Kikoken actually goes forward. Unconventional fireballs it is that we see, but like Kikoken is so good to walk behind because it sort of forces an answer from your opponent. If she gets too close to you and you're worried about Kikoken, then she can end up throwing you. The Kikoken could not matter. Or the Kikoken could fizzle out. She end up hitting you with a button because you're trying to walk away. She can anti-air you if she jumps. I like that he started to do that, but once Delzon turned on the heat, then it became a problem because then we saw less anti-airs. We saw it towards game 2. That was really good. We saw more of the anti-airs. We saw more of like the get out of my airspace sort of perspective that Des Davis was doing. But a lot more of that was like a lot of fear to push those buttons. And I gotta be honest, I think it genuinely comes with like just the worry of getting hit because you eat so much in this game, and getting knocked down in this game makes it really bad. It's very dangerous.
Yeah, but there's one other thing. The one thing I've been kind of treating Street Fighter 6 as is you have 2 life bars, basically. If you treat the drive meter as like your other life bar, because if you're out of that, you're put in the worst situation, and you can even get stunned from it. And it's something that you really have to pay attention to. And that's what I really like about this game so far, is it gives you layers of depth to think about. Like, it's not just, oh, am I going to get this hit, or am I going to take this hit for now, because I don't want to deal with losing more of this drive. Am I going to parry here so I can at least not deal with it? The mental stack is just crazy, and that's one of the greatest things about this, and we saw a lot of that in that last match.
Yeah, I think that having to worry about so many different options is very we'll have to see how it goes throughout the course of the game, right? Because some people would say that like it's good and it's great for the diversity of the game. Because I agree. I definitely think that having a lot of these offensive options is a very, very positive outcome, because that means that you have a lot of answers to things, right? You have different ways to be aggressive with the usage of the drive system, but the longer the game goes on, it starts to become a conversation of longevity, right? Is it good to be worried about that much in the corner? How will people mitigate some of these options? Because we're not seeing that currently. We're seeing a lot more of like people getting hit by like these drive impacts and people sort of too scared to push buttons. What happens a month down the line? What happens 3 months down the line to a year when this system is still in place? I think it's still going to be good for the game personally. I think having strong player expression is great, but it's only time will be able to tell. I genuinely think that I'm very, very excited to see more of this as time goes on.
Yeah, definitely the same here. Like, the drive system gives so many different opportunities, and right now we're only seeing probably just the surface of it. Like, I saw some tech earlier today where if it was like if you do parry or something before the dash and then do it, you can have like a buffer into super, and people are saying do a fast super while doing a drive rush, like stuff like that. And people are starting to really like weave their way through the drive system and look at it beyond just the 5 options, but giving like you can do so much more with it. And I think like a month from now, it's going to be completely different. Like right now, we're seeing drive impacts, just that, and it is rough on the first week to get used to drive impact just flying at you. It's very hard sometimes just to react to it.
Right.
But in general, it's just like it's going to change so much, and that's why I'm super excited for this, because this is only week 1, and we're seeing how pressure is working here, how people are navigating neutral, how people are using all the drive systems. But we're in the middle of figuring everything out. And I think by the end of June, we're going to have a completely different type of game. And that's the kind of thing I love to follow along with a new game.
Yeah, I entirely agree. I mean, we have like so much more time to be able to work with a lot of this unique sort of material. I'd be excited to see especially how it goes in this next match as well with Wash Your Hands versus Crypt. I'll be very, very excited once that match actually ends up loading up too, about how these matches are going to end up going, about like a variety of these different characters. Wash Your Hands, very, very prominent in this community as well. We've seen him a few times in the past Digital Havocs. I know that he played quite a bit in Street Fighter V as well. So it'll be good to see him sort of adapt and change things up, a little bit with how this match actually goes. I mean, I know he played at the Cherry tournament. He played in Impact Drive for Street Fighter for Street Fighter 6. He actually didn't do that bad. I think he made like 13th or something. He didn't actually do that. He didn't actually do too bad. He did really, really well.
He's a very strong Cody and also very strong Urian. But one of my favorite things about this, and it does kind of hurt when I say it because you don't get your character back, but having to look through other characters and see what can I pull from my old characters and toss them in.
Right.
Like for me personally, I played like Mika for a while. And I was like, all right, Manon seems like a pretty, either Manon or Geef was probably one of the first things I was thinking of. And there's a lot of those type of things in this game, but it allows you to go, I know what I have from my old character, but I'm going to see what I can do with this character. I was not expecting JP.
Okay. That's, oh my goodness, it doesn't matter. I don't care who you're playing, you're still getting gripped the same. My goodness, what a great start from Crypt. But Wash Your Hands, it's going to be a little bit more of the problem here. JP with a lot of this pressure. This is the character. I was talking about how strong he can be, how busted he kind of looks. This is, what you get for playing the grappler. Play this full screen game. Oh, great.
Lots of characters here. Hey, JP also could be a grappler too. If you really wanted to be. You got that command grab. Just jumping over all of these running bear grabs. None of that.
Yeah. I like the awareness from Crypt though. I like the awareness to understand that like running bear grab has 1 hit of armor, that you can use that to get through a lot of the projectiles that JP's throwing. Great run in. Oh, what you parrying for, old man? You said that you retarded home. Oh, we better show you wrestling.
And yep. Doesn't get picked up. Little wonky. Spends the meter. Get out of range. Oh, man. Yeah, Crypt is doing one of the strongest options against JP, which is holding forward and jumping. Like, jumping forward goes over half his options as you... But, yep, and there's command grabbing the grappler. Punish counter, not dead yet. Yeah, that'll do it, though.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. So I like what Crypt was doing. There was a couple times even in the corner. Look how fast we're back into a match. Also, can we give a round of applause, y'all, to Capcom? No more training stage. No more training stage, y'all. Now it's among the other stage. Oh, good reaction from Rip, man.
Rip right now looking real strong. Meaty lariat. Parrying everything with the grab. Okay. No fear. It's unaccounted for his troubles. Can't parry that. Oh, the teleport and gets hit. That's going to be very painful. I think the EXSPD would kill it. Didn't work there, but the backdash. Get out of running bear grab. And the jump. Holding up forward. Sometimes just great work, like I said, against JP. Just throwing stuff out. I've been told by JP players that's a great way to do it. Like, deal with yourself in general.
I think what Crypt is doing is really, really good. I think his consistent aggression is great, but I think once Wash Your Hands adapts, like how he is now, it can be very, very problematic. That's too high, fam. You can't do the great neutral jump. Neutral jump solves all the issues. Neutral jump is way better in this game than people are giving it credit for. People see a lot of jumping and assume that it's a bad option, but in this game, it's great for baiting out a lot of normals, especially since it's more of a grounded footsie game, and people have to get used to drive rushing now, and now getting the anti-air. Neutral jump is a very great way of playing your footsie game too, because some characters have really, really that are great at being played at like a neutral distance.
And right now, Wash Your Hands realizing he really wants to jump, taking advantage of that with the lockdown using different portals. Might have a shot. Never mind. The double P. Double P. Make sure you wash your hands after that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, dust the hands off, right? Clean them off. Yep. Got to make sure you move on to the next opponent. I really, really will say that I think that Crypt was doing a good job at first and caught Wash Your Hands off guard with a lot of their unique choices in terms of offense. But once the adaptation was proven, once he saw that they were there, it was a lot difficult to be in a scenario where, like, hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be in a situation where I'm just going to start hitting more buttons. I'm going to be more proactive with his jump-ins. I know what he wants to do, and you mentioned it before. A wonderful way of mentioning it was that you were like, okay, realizing that he wants to jump, so he's using a lot of his spikes in the ground to catch him when he's jumping up, and that's exactly what was happening. Realizing he was jumping, using anti-airs, even using forward roundhouse, which is a great anti-air button that he can confirm off of too, is wonderful, phenomenal. I think it's a great time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And with that player expression thing, I'll be honest, I don't think I saw a single SPD. I saw a lot of running bear grab, and I'm like, oh, it's interesting. It's always interesting to see how people approach these characters on the first day. First day. Yeah, it's real cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I just got word that we're going to have an absolutely amazing match, too, coming up, man. Remy Celeste versus Pro Bono. I believe it. I believe that was the name. I have to pull up the bracket once again. But that's Remy Celeste, a very, very pronounced player in the anime fighting community as well. I mean, I know them for their Axel. Their Axel was very, very well. They did amazing at Art Revo Canada. So I'm very interested to see who they're playing here. Is it going to be another very annoying character like Axel? Probably. I might see another JP. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Remy plays JP in this game.
Yeah, might be a JP. I'm trying to think of other characters that might benefit from Axel. Maybe Dalsum if I'm making a bit of a stretch. Yeah, I don't know. Trying to guess people's characters is crazy because I know people who swear not to play Grapplers and then are playing Manon. I know people who I would never play a Shoto and they're playing Ken. Like it's the game's mixing up like crazy. And we were talking before. Like it's always there.
Ken's hella good in this game, fam. Ken be smacking people up. Ken's definitely top tier in this game. I think that he's a very, very strong character, and I think he's I think he's genuinely great in terms of catching a lot of straight buttons, catching a lot of people like not really like expecting much, like because his low forward is like once again we're back. Some of these normals we're back to Street Fighter 4, baby. Like we're back to
Yeah.
like you got to be careful about those low forwards. You got to be careful about Ryu's, Ken's, Chun-Li's. Some characters have like even other characters like characters that aren't really as good. Like even Blanca's low forward, it looks deceptively short, but it's actually not that bad of a button to be able to check people that are in a closer range to you. And just like all the other previous low forwards I just mentioned from 3 of the 8, I believe, World Warriors, we're talking about a situation where they can all be drive rushed, right? So that it makes it even scarier in this game because we're talking about confirms that happen not only from full screen in JP's case, right? But we're talking about confirms from up close and personal. Hey, you mentioned it. You said Dawson, and you were right. You were right. This is who he's playing.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a lot of those same really long normals that Axel has.
You're right.
And definitely has a great aerial game as well. We got Guile on the screen as well.
This is actually very interesting. This is a matchup I don't see often either.
Yeah, 2 zoner characters. Guile's pretty popular, but I have not seen many doll zones because he's always a weirdo. That's just how he works.
Yeah.
He does work differently in this game.
I really, really like Mr. Bono's aggression. He realized he was slowly getting walked back into the corner, right? He's like, oh, I gotta be in there. I gotta get in there. I don't really have much of a choice. And so he starts dashing forward, starts putting on pressure. And I think it's absolutely amazing to see like that very quick adaptation, right? We haven't seen any strong hits yet. But this is the first combo of the game we will see. For Remy, he did a great job of making sure that he's keeping Giles back to the wall. His drive gauge is depleting.
Ooh, in the teleport, no upside down kick. Great job there. Getting out of the corner and getting an answer at the same time. Great stuff there.
Great tool. Great tool, great option.
This one's always tricky to fight. No different here.
Oh. Nice. Managing to get hit for the most part. Okay. I like it. Okay, so this is something that Bono's doing quite a bit of. Those upside down kicks. Those upside down kicks and forward medium or back medium kick have been doing a great job at avoiding the grounded normals of Dawson, right? Now he's really stretchy, so obviously he can from a longer screen period, but he's using that to whiff punish because he's aware of the plus frames of slide from the distance it is that Remy's trying to slide it. And it's caught him a couple of times lacking because of his good usage of that. I really, really like how he's using a lot of those low crushing normals.
Yeah, the air fireballs are catching so many things, all these jumps. And the EX flash kick's going to take care of that as well. Both the back and forth. Exploring these options. Teleport. A down kick.
Playing a lot of neutral positioning as well. He's going to slide into. Give him a burnout, but they're going to recover. Remy has to play. He has no choice. They got to play back. Yeah, you got to be careful.
Wow.
Once you use that air fireball, you don't have anything else to worry about. So great timing from Bono to send out that EX Sonic Boom.
Yeah, you're like very big risk to land on that boom. Bowser's still floaty as ever.
Right, yeah, right. Like he's using that aerial space and that aerial momentum very, very well. Really doing a great, great job.
One of his normals. I think that button does touching kills, but I do believe it does low profile underneath the boom, so it is a good option.
But the aerial space is a lot different. Guile struggles with dealing with aerial options when you're not jumping at him, right? So that's what Remy's doing a lot of the time. And now that he's in burnout, he's got to deal with a lot of suppression on the ground too. And you see exactly, I was just about to mention it. I'm like, when he gets close, you're going to see him start trying to jump, and it doesn't matter. He's going to get caught. This is going to be the level 3. It's not going to kill, but my God, is it going to hurt?
Coming next, a fake. That stays out for so long. What are you going to do? Yeah. Once again, what are you going to do? Here comes the boom.
Yeah, Bono caught him again. Oh, the speed. The speed of this match. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
It's a really good sign of your game before popping off at how fast it loads.
Right, exactly.
Like every aspect of it, it's just sick. So sick.
Yeah. Super good, man.
Right now, we've been seeing Remy Celeste kind of showing Guile, even though you're Air Force, I can take care of that space as well. Knocking him out once again, locking him down in this corner. Not jumping. Alright, tries to scuff his boots. He's on the boom. The dunk from downtown. Okay.
Right. Very good
over
from Bono as well. There we go. That now Remy's doing a lot of what it is he needs to be doing, but gets punished off of that. That's not going to be death, but his back is going to be to the wall.
The follow up. Gotta be really careful here. Oh, it doesn't get the full follow up there. Yep. There's a certain thing I heard about Dalzin with this teleport. It's not invincible this time around, I believe.
No.
And it's easier to input, but at the expense of he doesn't have the invincibility. He's just trickery with it now. Yeah. That was an example.
Nice. Ooh. Nice. Stops him from jumping as well. Every time so far, Bono has tried to jump in at those ranges where Dalzin like doesn't struggle with anti-airs, and this is what I'm talking about, right? Even though that upside down kick now is unbelievably punishable, it's great at baiting out so many options. Oh
yeah! Wow. Showing everyone that Guile is the one who's going to be zoning here. This is my control. Yep. Great job. Great adjustments. Really just doing a great job. Adjusting that timing of the upside down kicks was like key there. Like you saw how much damage it was doing in the last 2 rounds. It was doing a lot of really great work with it. But yeah, that adaptation was really strong.
Yeah, I definitely think that a lot of what has been happening so far in terms of what we've been seeing has been very, very clean matches, right? Whenever there's an advantage whenever there's an advantage achieved, it's been very, very hard to snatch that advantage back from the opposing player, right? We haven't really seen the sort of back and forth. I mean, we saw it when Des Davis was fighting Dels on Fire, and we saw the first 1-1 tie, right, of this current tournament today. And I think that was like definitely a back and forth, but even still, Delzon felt like he still had the advantage, even though the win had gone towards Des Davis, because of the fact that, like, once again, you mentioned it earlier, the mental stack is very, very high in this game. So you're concerned about 80 million different options, while the person over there might just be chilling, feet kicked up, like, hey, I ain't worried about nothing, right? Like, I'm throwing fireballs, you're chucking, you got to jump at me, it's not going to be much of a problem. But when you're the one that has to sort of scrape that victory back, that's where it becomes difficult. That's where it starts becoming, okay, this is problematic. So I am very, very interested to see, once again, years down the line, months down the line, it's going to be crazy. The game's going to be super, super amazing, especially when some of the older characters, I guess, or like the newcomers like Rashid and Ed, and we see Aki, and then old comers like Akuma come back into the game, right? I think it'll be really, really good to see once there's more characters fleshed out as well, like how crazy it's going to be, man, because we see how cool characters like Honda and characters like Guile. I'm surprised as well. Well, I'm not surprised, but it's good to be able to see things like, okay, we see Drive Rush now with Guile and Sonic Boom, is that he's able to Drive Rush forward and then hit a boom, right? He can do Sonic Boom, he can do Flash Kick, he can sort of control a lot more of that space even off of a forward dash. So you're giving options to characters that was like not even in their dreams. Something that an option will only be available with something like charge petitioning, right? Like with Urian headbutts, where you have to let go of the button and return it to neutral, things of that nature. So it's really, really cool to be able to see how more characters and more options are going to be achieved throughout this game.
Yeah, I saw that forward boom, and immediately I was just like, all right, really hope nobody does that to me, because no, don't do that, please. Like, I beg of you.
Right, exactly.
Like, I don't want him running at me and then throwing a boom and then just walking behind me there. Like,
absolutely, yeah.
Terrifying. Like, Guile's already scary enough. I don't need another jump scare. I got enough.
True.
Yeah, like there's so much terrifying stuff you can do with Drive Rush, like you said. There's that. I do wonder if you can do anything with his super, if that's possible with his boom. That's probably my only. Like, you could catch a Dalzim in the air, maybe, because he's really floaty dash, and maybe you could, get out the super or whatnot at the right angle.
That's what I'm thinking too, right? Is because what that shows that eliminates charge motions. Oh goodness. Oh Oh, Honda with forward moving headbutt. Blanca with forward moving Blanca ball. Oh, oh, what a
Yeah.
nightmare. No, I'm not a fan of that. That's, oh, no, I just
Yeah,
gave myself nightmares.
something,
Oh, God. No,
some tech
no,
is
I hate
better,
that. I hate
better
that image.
varied. So I think I'm going to ask everyone in the audience real quick. Just forget that. If you play Honda or Blanca or any of that, don't do it. It's
Please don't.
clearly awful and terrible tech. Don't use it. What's great tech is hitting another button, and that's the one for the Matcherino, which we got down here. Gotta hit those buttons. We're hitting buttons anyways. This game wants us to press buttons. What's one more?
Please be sure to support, guys. The beautiful people here at Digital Havoc are doing their best to give you amazing tournaments like this one that you guys are currently sitting and watching. So once again, make sure you click on that Matcherino code. Give what you can to the people that are playing tonight. And if you can't give anything, that's what the claim code button's for, right? It adds 25 cents to every person it is that clicks on it. So you can end up getting a nice little sum of cash by the end of it if we use up all the codes that are already readily available. So please, guys, it will be wonderful. It's going to be an amazing time. If you guys have been enjoying the Street Fighter 6, I think it's only fair that you guys try and support in the best way it is that you can.
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing some crazy stuff already, and I think they're very deserving of you hitting that button. It's only one click for that claim code. We know we like hitting drive impact with that one button, maybe two. We do that all the time. We can do one more. Let's make it happen. But yeah, man, Street Fighter 6 is here. That's still something that like sits in my head that it's here. It's actually here. We're playing it. We're not back in October going, oh, like it's in June. Okay, this is gonna be a long wait. You know, we're here, sitting here now, going, okay, we're playing the game. We finally got to it. We can mess with it. There's a lot of messing around going on. And also, this term is kind of giving some people some free tech. We're seeing some interesting stuff with dolls in there. We saw some real cool stuff with Guile as well. We saw, you know, if you haven't done Drive Rush Overhead as Ryu, there it is. You learn it sometimes, anyways. All the Ryus do it. It's all the rage. You know, and it's so great to see these things develop. There's so many different things that just keep changing. I'm really excited if we're going to be seeing multiples of the same character, because that's when we can kind of see where the big differences character to character become.
Yeah, right. I mean, like, once again, we got who's the first character coming out? Rashid. Oh man, I need to stop really talking as much. I'm giving myself nightmares, bro. I'm not trying to see the anime air dash character it is that Rashid's gonna be. He's gonna like jump in the air and you'll see like the symbol that air dash gets in Strive, right? He just zooms over to the right side. The screen of Street Fighter 6, bro. I'm not trying to see that. No.
V skill 2. You're gonna drive impact. Oh, I'm on the other side. Oh, you think I'm gonna jump off the wall? I'm gonna do the same thing with the corner. They're gonna nerf my jump arc, and I'm just gonna do it again. I'm just gonna do it because it's even more shallow. It's even better now. I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be even more shallow in 6. So there's no cross ups in the corner. So now it's just high-low in the corner, crazy stuff. If you drive impact, Rashids are fast. They're gonna react to it. The Rashids they're of the wind. Okay, the wind does not go slow. They go fast. In this game, he's going to go really, really fast. And I'm just excited to see like what they're gonna do with these characters. Akuma is the one I'm like kind of raising my eyebrow at the most because of what they did with Cammy's hoop. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, with Demon Flip, you're right.
If they're gonna do this with Hooligan, where they give Cammy her V-Trigger 2 stuff, where she got like the double kicks, or a feint, what are we gonna do about Akuma if he has a feint as well? Or if he has like Demon Flip, more whatever, air demon out of flip or something. We don't gotta worry about that anymore.
We got Gabagool versus Joe Umerogan. This is going decent so far for Luke. Tries to catch him with the light SPD. I know that was light. Try to use the range to their advantage.
A little too far to get that. That throw, one of Geek's many regular throws.
You are right. There's like 8 different throws. Right. Not perfect, so not going to be able to find the confirm from that. Tries to carry it. What's interesting as well, I'm not seeing people. So So here's what's interesting. I'm not seeing people do, right? When they use drive impact innately is minus, but the reason why you can't punish it has everything to do with the fact that somebody's like already blocking it, so it pushes them far back. I wonder, not seeing this yet, but I wonder if people are going to start parrying drive impact instead, and then just getting the full punish after. I wonder if that's going to be the case. Oh man, we're going to Japanese judo, going to throw loops.
Right now, people are very getting conditioned hard by drive impact, not reacting to it, kind of just getting hit with them on block. And like, really scared to do stuff. And it's going to be very, very cool to see how people are going to. Oh my god! My sentence is over. Geef just did the thing. He did it. I don't care if he lost that round. He did it.
What's crazy about that is that seeing that, like, the amount of life that Joe just lost from getting grabbed by that SPD, had he been grabbed again, that would have literally evened the game. That's such a fun. Oh my goodness!
You're not afraid.
That is one of the
nice that's even
such a sick SPD, bro. The I am almighty. That's Geef. Uncle stuff, man. That's so sick.
Okay, dunk out the corner. Oh, when it says drive, he's all
almighty.
Coming next. The jump scare, butt worked out against Luke. This one. And challenging him with the jump there. Caught last second. We're seeing some interesting stuff with Geefier and Drive Rush, using Drive Rush to extend the overall range of an already absurd EXSPD range. We're seeing a huge combo.
He's gonna do a grip of damage. He's not gonna die, he's gonna be in the silver of life.
Yep. Oh, he's got the life. He's just, I'm chilling. What are you gonna do? You're Geef, you want to be close? I'll keep you far. Go ahead, parry it. See what happens. Got it. Oh, no jump scare. I had to go for it.
Pushed up.
Power of Surge Energy Drink did not win this time. Great stuff there by Joe.
Wasn't able to quite find his way in passive projectiles. That's still something it is that Geef players are still struggling with to deal with, is the whole I need to get past these fireballs, so I'm used to like blocking or parrying and then just sort of waiting for my turn. But the longer the game goes on, I think we'll see a lot more adaptation from a lot of the different players. It is that like characters that you would normally be worried about having to deal with the fireball are now characters that you have to be scared of at every stage in the game because of the drive system, right? So I'm excited to see more of Gabagool, more of a few of these players in the tournament, because I think that this will be great to see their adaptation and great to see some of the answers that people have to think of on the fly. This is why tournaments are sick, because of the fact that like sometimes you see a lot of these adaptations with ideas pop up into a player's head, and it's on the fly when they figure that out, because either something it is you haven't seen before, or it's something that you're like, oh, that would have been the only thing that would have worked in that scenario. That's really sick.
Yeah, I want to bring us back to that Drive Rush EXSPD real quick. That makes it like it's already like he just grabs you from EXSPD, but if he's coming from all that way around, like max range just gets extended because you're just running at him and sliding. You have the momentum, and you just crazy. Yeah, like, whew. Yeah, Geef's gonna be scary once people figure out how to like maneuver around things like.
Okay, so this is coming into the next match as well. We got a couple of interesting matches up here in the bracket so far as the tournament has proceeded on. We've seen matches from Dells on Fire, from Des Davis. We've seen things from Joey Maroga, from Gabagool. We've seen Remy Celeste already play. We've seen Mr. Bono already play. And now, as we approach the upcoming next match, we're now going to be seeing a scenario where we are going to be seeing DB Jin versus DB Jin versus Diddy Mokov.
Ooh.
Okay.
Perhaps another Dells.
I heard the ooh.
All right. That's going to be
what do you know about this player? What are you curious about? Like, this player, what do you know about the player?
So I know of Didi Makov is, I believe he was a Dawson player. Also known as a very strong Sam Show player as well. Fun fact.
So that's one of my favorite fighting games. Okay.
Nooch is going to be there, but DB again, we know right here was Seth gaming a lot around these areas, and yeah, I always wonder what a set's going to do in this game. You know, like you stole all these other people's moves. Who are you stealing this time? Seems like it's DJ.
Gengar with a gun, that's his in-game name. I fought him yesterday, and he smacked the heck out of me, bro. I remember DB Jin, this is him? Okay. I fought him yesterday. We went 1-1 in rate match, bro. He's good. He's good. And I'm glad to see the DJ here, but DB Mokov actually taking, this is the player expression I'm talking about, bro. We saw Rumi Celeste play more of this backwards game, the more of the runaway style. DB Mokov has been going in with the teleports, using a lot of this aggression instead to sort of make that space for him. Rethink a lot of the stuff that DBJ might be doing. So this is really, really cool to see this from DB Mokov.
Right, reversal. Back, yeah, we're seeing two completely different kinds of Dalsim.
Yes.
And yeah, we are seeing our first DJ, who is probably the king of player expression right now with how many feints. He can just do so much trickery right now.
Oh yeah, the amount of tools
Just
he
cool
has,
is
absolutely.
Just Cool's like, hey, all right, do some. Let's get funky with him. Dashing up, using Drive Brush a lot here. Tries to go for the feint. Okay. Big jump, back throw. And here comes the Drive Impact. That's huge. Catches him. Looking him out of range, sliding underneath.
Nice.
Going for one more.
Oh, blocks it. Oh,
that was crazy. Don't tell me that was actually a thing.
No, it definitely was not.
Oh my god.
It definitely was not. DB Mokov tried either move or hit a button, and he got DP'd after. That's just what happened.
We ball. That is what the moral of the story is that sometimes we just ball. Oh, blocked it. Let's see if you can deal with this.
Nice. DB Jin's taking a little bit more of a passive response as well, just looking for his opportunity to try and find a way in. He's using that sweep very liberally. And I'm surprised with how, like, it's definitely, like, not a good sweep, I don't think. It's slow and it's very, very easy to block and see coming, and I think that it's interesting that he's using that a lot. I don't know what he's trying to go under with that, but a drop impact will seal the deal here from DB Mokov. Finds the hit and doesn't find it! Oh, this is so bad. Dalsim has no reversal.
Doesn't matter.
Oh no. Not against DJ.
Hit. Burnout versus DJ. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. The movement.
Oh, the one time the slide is actually good.
And the delay. No. The delay on the fireball there. Catching him.
Oh, look how fast
the fire
into that. Oh yeah.
It's so great.
It is.
It's so great.
It's so good.
This is some of the most usage I've seen of somebody using driver.
Yeah. Once again, like, this is what happens when we start looking at like a lot more adaptation, right? It's like we see a lot these people feeling more comfortable with using that drive impact. Like just in random, like in neutral scenarios instead of it just being towards the corner where you would expect it. Just like that. He tried to see if he could stuff a button where he was landing from teleport or even catch the teleport. And it forced DB Mokov to block.
Oh, nice! Catching him out of the teleport. Don't go behind me. Stay in front. Right. Not getting that drive rush out there. Really playing the, hey, here's some Dalsim. In general, you want to Dalsim? Here you go.
Counter hit, but no confirm. Tries to use the plus frames to get in closer. The throw tech is being used from DBJ. Oh, no, he landed on it. I was like, is that going to work? And yes, it is. Right. That's another cool thing about this game is that if you think it's going to, if you have an idea it might work, it probably will. That's like another cool thing about this game for sure.
Yeah. You can really just go for things. I wasn't sure if that was going to work because Sweep Out of 5 Brain was still on. Man, that was...
Right, yeah.
Woo, that was sick. Flames. out the teleports.
With the sweep. Oh, this is gonna hurt so bad.
Oh, he's doing the short hop. He's doing the weird KOF tech thing that DJ had, where I fake my up kicks and then just go, all right, here's a light kick.
Right.
Origami moment.
What's crazy is that he also could have combo. Oh my goodness! The mystery is there is why did he do so much damage? My goodness! What the? Goodness gracious! He melted. I was not expecting it to do that much to end the round.
Yeah, I was like, oh, nice counter hit. He said, okay, all right, don't mess with dolls. I'm literally melts you. Yeah. I guess. Yup. But. But I do want to talk about something real quick though, and it's DJ.
Okay. Talk about it, fam. Talk about it. Let me hear it.
I think this might be the greatest glow up I've seen in a fighting game. Like honestly, like he went from
greatest what?
Glow up.
Oh,
much cooler. Like he went from a lot of his stuff in 4, I believe, was like a lot of the cross up 50-50 shenanigans, but it was just kind of like, like it was all right, but it wasn't crazy. This DJ can just do things, and he can fly through. He can like do a double shimmy. He can do that KOF. He's like, I know you paid for Street Fighter 6, but here's some KO real quick. Just hit you with that light kick in the air. It's he is a menace, and I love what they've done to him. It's really cool to see him back and looking easily better than ever. He looks
so clean, man. I love and you phrased it perfectly, right? Like the glow up from Street Fighter 4 all the way till now. Even some of the older Street Fighters, right? He's had the most tools he's ever had in his iterations of Street Fighter. Every one it is that he's been in, he's never had as much as he has now, and I think it makes him not only a wonderful top tier character, but I think his dash speed, him and Jury's definitely has the fastest in the game. Those two characters have the fastest dashes in the game. When paired with Drive Rush, their Drive Rush is so unbelievably good. They are so great at closing the distance, unlike any other character I have ever seen before. They're crazy good. They're crazy strong with that. And I'm super impressed to see more of like DJs being brought out like the woodwork. It's not really surprising, but it's still nice to see more DJs when you see him, because he's definitely top tier in this game. He's very, very strong. Solid character.
We are in the year 2023, and we are discussing DJ from Street Fighter possibly being top tier. As we think about, you see all the videos, people were like, hey, look how much DJ sucked. Like that was like a lot of those things on YouTube. You see, hey, this is what Ultra. Oh, they took away his Sobot stuff. I don't remember specifically, but it's like they removed this. He can't do this. He can't combo off of this. He has that weird button that forces stand but whiffs crouching.
Right. Yeah.
It still has that to an extent, I saw, or something like that. It's just like, all right, keep some of the legacy. You got to keep some of it. But like, man, it's great to see characters like this get that respect they deserve in their moveset, going off, seeing a lot of them in the future.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely wonderful to be able to see a lot of sort of this perspective, right, that this system is offering up for people to be able to watch. It's really, really great to be able to see not only a lot of this play style, but a lot of this great stuff that has been going on throughout Digital Havoc today. Once again, guys, if you guys haven't already, please click on the Match Arena, check that out. Make sure that you guys are actually giving dues to the wonderful people here at Digital Havoc as we are about to head into the next match of the bracket. We are going to be looking at, I believe, Louis the Panda versus Pigma Dengar, which is, once again, really, really great. These two, actually, I'm trying to think. I feel like I've seen that name before, Pigma. He was in one of the beta tournaments, I think. There was a lot of people that were in like the beta tournaments. Like a lot of people were really, really doing super, super well during the beta tournaments, and so I know a lot of people showed up to those. He was in one of the beta tournaments, and I know Louis the Panda had done he had done the retro revival that happened on 6 like about 3 days ago. So wonderful opportunity, wonderful time. please, guys, once again, you see the slide up there. Matcherino is a great way to support these lovely people here at Digital Havoc and also support the players. Let these guys know that they are doing a good job by giving them their dues just by clicking on a claim code button. It's nothing more than 25 cents, and it's not going to be anything that's coming out of your pocket. You hit that claim code, it's going straight to them. So once again, guys, thank you so much for being here in Digital Havoc number 141. It's been absolutely phenomenal seeing these matches, and we are heading into Honda versus Jamie. Jamie being a hot topic of discussion as of recent.
The face that Honda makes always kills me. I'm sorry, but oh my god, the sumo face of him just being like, I ain't here to. I'm only here to do headbutts and slap.
Right, the no thoughts head empty face. Right.
You can drink.
What's super funny is that he did that face and then started round off with headbutt. That was really funny. It's like you don't get much more. Don't get much more of that face than doing that. Starting off the game with that.
Drive rush. 1-0 now. Frames. The least amount of headbutts I've seen by a Honda in 10 seconds.
True. You're very right. We spit right now.
We're being very careful.
Oh, great anti-air.
There it is.
Oh, right. No punishment too much.
And the headbutt gods. Butt slam, get out the corner. Okay. It's thrown. Getting some spacing here. And another throw. Very nice.
So far, so good. I feel like I had mentioned it before. Jamie is a hot topic of discussion currently because of how good is he when he doesn't, like when he can't get the drinks it is when he's being pressured just like this, right? He has a DP, he has reversals. Oh, this girl hit so bad. Oh, he didn't follow up with a combo. He could have drive rushed there after the standing fierce, just get a little bit more distance.
Headbutt. I'm sorry. That slam is eternal. And the throw afterwards. That punish counter butt slam, by the way, that's the most terrifying thing about Honda, I think, honestly, is getting punish countered by butt slam of all things. And you just ground bounce. He goes, alright, get one to fly. Oh, the perfect parry! Okay!
Oh. But no confirm, unfortunately, he wasn't able to get any drinks off of that either. He's got to find a way to drink. That perfect parry was definitely the way to do it.
Oh, not the punish counter butt slam. That's a lot of damage. Here's the super with the greatest one frame. It's the dunk at the end. Love it.
Triple damage. Oh, keep trying to uppercut him, but one of the weird things is that depending on the butt slam that he's using, you might have to cross cut that. So it's not going to. He just jumps.
Wow. Oh, doesn't kill yet.
Headbutt's
coming. You're in burnout. Headbutt's coming. Run. You're in burnout. He's gonna kill you with that. It may as well just be a sign of, oh, you're gray, you're burnt out. Looking like headbutt.
Headbutt's coming now.
Nice footsies. Unfortunately, headbutt or butt slam or command grab and you're dead. Just Real damage.
Probably having the new confirms that he does as well makes him a very scary character, but being as strong as it is.
Oh, there it is. Drive rush, command grab. Thing with Honda's down forward heavy kick, Kara cancel, command grab that you can make it even larger while doing dash. There's some terrifying stuff. Yeah, there's some crazy stuff you can do. It's Honda. This game's crazy, making DJ and Honda like really cool.
Oh yeah. I've played characters I've never been interested in playing in Street Fighter ever because of this game.
Oh,
he's dead off of this. Karate doesn't drop the combo. Cares. Oh, he didn't get the level 3.
Oh no, he just wants to hit him with that. Okay. Well, Jamie's still alive. Headbutts are eternal. If a Honda is sitting still, it's less of a question against other characters where you're like, oh, he's sitting still. He must be waiting for something. He's just sitting there charging. He's about to do a headbutt or something, you know. He's gotta watch out for that. He makes he really likes to just all Hondas headbutt. That's all I got.
You got
Even
all
my
the
head is
calculations in the universe from a variety of different characters. Everyone you have the Ryus with them trying to figure out their stand fears, the absolute optimal spacing of low forward fireball. Right, you got Ken trying to figure out when not to run cancel in any situation where you might be minus, or even on trades with his overhead. You're talking about a +12 situation where he gets the confirm. You're talking about Guile where he sits back and does Sonic Boom the entire time. And what is this? All these calculations in everybody's head. And what does Honda think of? Steamboat Willie. Little mouse at the front of the wheel, just driving the boat, doing nothing but ready to headbutt as soon as he sees any inch of movement. Oh, light bulb on, here we go, headbutt immediately. That's exactly the type of play it is that you love to see. You love to see it. It's hilarious, it's good, it's fun, it's sick.
The one thing that has not changed from Honda is that it still does not require an abacus to play him. You can just keep doing that headbutt. Like it's there. The
Right.
legacy of the headbutt is eternal. It's always going to be there. And yeah,
Always.
like you could say no thoughts head empty, but there's a thought, and
Mm.
that thought is me want headbutt. Me want land heavy headbutt on block and kill drive meter. You're scared.
What's
Nice
interesting as
burnout.
well is just seeing like the confirms it is that Honda can get now, just like a lot of the pressure, a lot of the like in your face sort of perspective it is that Honda has now, where he could like choose to rush you down, or he could even choose to like play a bit more of a sort of wait and bait sort of game. It's very very unique, guys. Guys, please, if you guys have been enjoying everything, please be sure to check out the Matcherino. But for the meantime, we are going to make sure that you guys go ahead and click on that link. Please, please, please give support and commendations to the people it is that have been doing wonderfully here at Digital Havoc and all of these players. It's been amazing. Make sure to place the products where you can. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to go grab some snacks, go to the bathroom. We're going to have a little bit of a break, and we'll be right back with some more Street Fighter 6. See you guys in a
Hey, what's up, Earthling scum? Remy Celeste here, the Month 1 Street Fighter 6 tier list. So contrary to what some of the drones around are saying on Twitter, I actually think Ryu is S tier and JP is in actually a pretty bad spot right now. What I think is that like no, shut up. On Friday, July 7th, in collaboration with 9 Moons Gaming, I'm hosting the most important tournament in Month 1 of Street Fighter 6's release to answer the questions we should be asking. How broken would it be if you could teleport into a spinning pile driver? What if you could shoot fireballs and also do the command grab? Would Ice Spice win in a fight against Gordon Ramsay? To answer these important questions and more, I'm hosting a custom character tournament with a $500 prize pot on Friday, July 7th at 6 p.m. Eastern. This tournament is open to all competitors in North America, including Canada, the United States, and Mexico. There will be no level cap or restrictions on equipment, so you can grind the story mode for an advantage over the competition. To sign up and check the full list of rules, go to start.gg/RemyCeleste. This event will also be streamed live on Twitch at twitch.tv/RemyCeleste. Tune in on Friday, July 7th at 6 p.m. Eastern to watch and also join in on the action. See you there.
Quoted Tech, the official production partner for Incendium Gaming. Visit quoted.tech for your custom PC build today. Use referral code Incendium for a $100 discount.
Welcome back, guys, once again to a new era of Street Fighter. I'm the legend here with Zamadam, here to bring you some Street Fighter 6 gameplay here at Digital Havoc number 141. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully you guys hadn't gone anywhere. I hope you got your snacks, your drinks, staying hydrated so we can see more of this action, man, because I gotta be honest, we are in for some good Street Fighter today. This has been amazing, seeing a lot of this practice, a lot of these tournaments. What more is there to be able to do than just sit here and enjoy a lot of the cool stuff that we've been seeing with some of these players bringing out the new tech, the new envisioning of Street Fighter characters. It's been great, and I'm glad to be able to commentate this.
Oh yeah, it's been a pleasure. Like, this is just, these early tournaments always show off so much quick stuff, like, right off the bat. But we're actually about to see possibly another different approach to JP here as well. We did have one earlier, wash your hands, but right now,
Right.
Black Shikamaru.
Okay, this guy's name on the right. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't know if you can beat someone whose name is P Lord 32.
I mean, it's looking pretty free right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. JP doing this thing. Now, this is one of the things that is interesting because this is a lot more of my expertise in terms of this character. Right? She does actually have a lot of great confirms off of drive rush and things that allow her to be able to get her medals. But the thing is that against this character, I realize all the people I've played, no matter who it is, no matter what's happening, they are holding up because the idea of her having medals is way too scary. She has a couple of setups and a couple of moves that allow her to beat 5 frame and below normals. But it's not anything that's going to be super crazy because of the fact that, like, this is JP and she struggles with characters that can either out-footsie her or have really, really high pressure because she doesn't really have reversals other than meter reversal. But we're talking about 1 judo throw medal already, sending us at 2 so far.
Yep. We're burnt out. Here comes the, oh my god, the ball, not the funny ball. Okay.
All right.
Burnt out. Still against JP, man. The approach is very hard once he's got you full screen, but there's always a way in. Never count somebody out.
Sing it to me. La la dead.
And just jump scare.
Yeah, she's plus off of that. You really can't do much except for like DP or like try and stop her from hitting a button. The thing about interesting about Manon is that a lot of her normals are more minus than normal. A lot of them, like even her standing light kick is like -3. We're talking about a couple of her normals also being -2, which is very detrimental. So she has to fish for standing medium punch and crouch medium punch a lot of the time in order to maintain and create pressure for herself because it's only -1. So most people aren't going to really mash on -1 because you can still have something fast to deal with it.
We out here pressing drive impact like nobody's business.
I mean, he's burned out back to the wall.
What are you gonna do about it?
Right, I mean, literally, like, he's too close. You can't really jump it from that distance. You can jump, drive impact, but you already have to be holding up, and that's too risky when you're burned out already. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you'll guarantee to get burnt, like smack against the wall with drive impact. Oh, this song's so sick from JP, by the way. I love JP's theme. It's so good to me.
A lot of the music in this game is like super hype when it's in game, for sure.
True, yeah. Agreed. Oh, good. You can punish that? No! That's part of the reason why people are discussing about the fact that drive bursts are not being that good.
Try to go for a grab, some sort. Nice
Oh,
jump. And burn out.
50 seconds.
Drop.
She gets 1 command grab. We're talking even. Oh my goodness!
Not over yet. And gets slapped on the knees.
What did I say?
Give me that.
Did I not say 1 command grab and we're good, bro? 3 medals is where you should start being worried. Like, genuinely. 3 medals is where you start being worried. 5 medals is where you start praying. If you believe in a deity, you start praying to one. That's what happens when you have that many medals already in your back pocket.
Yeah. 5 medals is like she just takes out like it's just okay. Sign here real quick. Can you sign this waiver before this round starts?
Yeah, she does 38%
I have
off
5
her command grab, guys. When she has 5 medals, it's 38%. off of one command grab. You're exploding. That's more than Zangief's, bro.
Yeah. 5 medals, command grab. All right. Nice health bar.
Great.
Unfortunately.
Great punish, yes.
Punish tries to go for a vacuum into super.
She's kind of messed up here. Although he can't, Shikamaru can't put himself in a negative situation here. He has to maintain the little drive gauge he has left. Oh, he put it out at the wrong time, bro. Oh, this is the worst time to be burnt out. She just got hers back, and you're dealing with. Yep.
Ooh. All right. P-Lord definitely doing a great job of maneuvering around JP himself.
Very true.
Was full screen, now finding ways to break that. Taking this patiently.
Nice.
Jump in the command grab. That's my job. What are you doing? You're a zoner. Get over
you can
here.
mash on that. That's so unbelievably minus. It's -8. Shikamaru can hit buttons on that, and he'll be more than likely positive on it. You gotta mash her in that. You can mash a majority of her normals. I also like the command grab from up close as well, sort of mixing up a lot of the pressure that JP has.
Oh, that's burnout. We got anti-airs anyways.
But now this is really bad for Manon. He doesn't really have a way to create space. Oh, no anti-air. This is really bad. Nice. Mashes out. Man, is in one of those weird, unfortunate positions where you see people normally go for crouch light kick and a crouch light punch, and they'll set up for like a tick grab, right? Or they'll micro walk and tick grab. But hers puts her so far away that mashing light punch 3 times actually just gets you hit. Great reaction off the drive rush from P-Lord here. Wow, what a name! I can't
believe that medal.
That seriously.
Excellent job, P-Lord.
Wow, what a time! This is the new era of Street Fighter, y'all. P-Lord. Wonderful job.
Ooh! Into this.
This is really bad for him because she does get a drive rush setup. She can do drive rush and a crouch MP, and it'll leave her, I believe, +3 on block. So he has to be careful, but doesn't actually take the OP instead. It takes the positioning. I like it.
Gotta be careful. A crumb of drive left.
Nice.
Taking the damage, not losing the drive. Jumped. Nice air to air.
Great air to air.
What did I say about the name P-Lord? At the beginning of this,
I mean, you can't really.
I said you cannot underestimate anyone who would name themselves P-Lord 32. Like that is
right.
That's just powerful. There's not much you can do about that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was really, really impressive to see not only the gameplay it was that they sort of brought to the table there, but also seeing sort of like the up forward. We mentioned it earlier because we saw it when Crypt was fighting against JP earlier, right? When we saw Zangief versus JP, and you mentioned it before. I think it was a wonderful point to be able to make. You hold up forward, it defeats a lot of the purpose it is that JP has, so he has to look for more anti-airs, and that worked out a lot more for a character like Manon than I think it would for Zangief. Because anytime she gets a medal, you're sweating, right? It's like you are sweating, you are concerned, you don't want to get command grab, which is even a couple times where we saw buttons being used, or like even when Manon was up close with drive rush, he's holding up. Shikamaru was holding up like majority of the time. He's like, I'm not about to get grabbed, I'm not about to give her medals, and that's like one of the things that is most important. I was playing like Gigi Halibel like the other day as well, and he brought up a very, very funny and like interesting point. He was sort of like, we were fighting back and forth. We played like 50 matches, like about 50, 60 matches, and it was a very, very enlightening experience for me. But one of the things that he was saying is like, oh, he's got 3 medals. I'm scared. I'm holding up every time. That's literally like what he ended up saying. He's like, I'm not waiting for her to get any pressure. I'm not waiting for her to do anything. 3 medals, I'm kind of worried. I'm not about to get grabbed. I'm really concerned about it. And 3 is normally the time, once again, like I said, where you start sweating, because you're talking about at least 25% off of a command grab, right? You get to 5 medals, you're talking 38% off of one singular command grab.
Yep, and it's so scary. She is such a scary character, especially because unlike Zangief, where Zangief really has to play around his throws, Manon has the ability to not do that. Like, I don't know if I had like a mental counter. We didn't see many straight up command grabs. We saw mostly like button combos into spin and give me that metal real quick. I want to scare you. We saw a couple of those whiff, but we saw mostly that conditioning, that we gotta make you afraid. And it's kind of like taking a page from how Snake Eyes plays Geef in general, which is that threat of the command grab is right there, but it's not always used. And that's where the imposing of the command grab becomes a stronger tool than even the command grab itself. And that's what we saw in that set.
Exactly right. Yeah, it's like it's the presence of, like, I think it's a very, very wonderful and very eloquent way of putting it. It's a matter of the command grab itself being something that you're worried about in the back of your mind. And when you talk about a game that already has this much mental stack, you're worried about drive rush, you're worried about drive impact, you're worried about parry, you're worried about strike throw. That's already 4 things that's already taking precedence in somebody's mind when their back is to the wall, or even when they're losing space. They start thinking, oh crap, okay, drive impact, or is it drive rush, or is it parry? What am I worried about here? What is their option? What's this character's most optimal option with any of those other options, right? And then it always ends up stacking up, and then you get command grab. And that's what happened a couple times, right? Like, we only saw it really twice, but they got confirmed, really, really good confirms off of their anti-airs that Manon can do. Her EX legs is very, very good. Cross-circle forward, light kick, heavy kick, medium kick, all great anti-airs. Her EX is the one that you have to be worried about, because it can lead off of to confirms that give her the medals that she needs to start putting that doubt in a player's mind. What am I going to do? How am I going to approach? And that's sort of what she brings to the table, which is why everyone's telling people that she's really, really good right now.
Yeah, like, very scary. And also the headbutt is here. So that's also pretty scary.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of fear on Digital Havoc.
Good anti-air. Yeah.
This
more
game
positive trade for Luke.
Really, this game really likes it when you commit to something. That's something I've noticed.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a lot of options, but you gotta make your commitment. And towards great answer. Right there. That's the perfect parry. Yeah.
Hits. And great chase of the backdash, just being aware of what Joe wants to do. And that is one of the biggest things as well about Honda. People think butt slam is really, really good, because it is. But it's not as effective as people think when it comes to people trying to stop it. People are normally afraid of trying to anti-air it, but it's not like Jury's where he's changing his jump arc. You just have to delay your anti-air a bit, and then you end up in situations like this, where you're getting gripped 5 times in a row, and you block the wake-up super, and you're dead with the Pale Rider. My man's on top. He's about to pound your face in.
Oh, he was ready. I'm keeping that corner. You're scared? I know you're scared. You got meter. Yeah. I know how this is probably going to end. Great job calling out that fear, getting that clean last round. Oh, the shimmy to the right. Nice. Oh, running up, got the corner again. Standing there menacingly for the Oki. Waiting.
Quite fine, but instead to stand fierce.
Oh, flipped the last second. Comes a counter hit. Okay. Big confirm. Spend a lot of meter to get those big combos and corner carry. Dunk them once. Full on point with these shimmies, man. Throw, condition, throw, shimmy. Got it. Didn't throw it again.
That's great hit so far from Lewis, but keeps getting anti-airs. It's kind of part. So this is like part of the problem, right? Oh no! It's gotta drive rush after that. You have to drive rush after that. If you get standing fierce on anything, it's just good to drive rush to make sure that not only do you get a tiny bit of wall carry, but you also get the confirm that you're looking for. Great job from Joe Umerogan. That's part of the problem with Honda as well, is that while headbutt is a very effective tool and solution, you're dealing with a scenario where a character that has a fireball, now I'm worried, okay? Now I can't headbutt as much. Now I might have to do EX, and EX is the one that's actually punishable. So using that is not as willy-nilly. It's not like Lily's, right? Or it's not like Blanca's. We're using like heavy or like EX Blanca Ball or EX Condor Spire is going to be enough to be able to net you some pressure. Honda has to be a little bit more careful about when he chooses the EXs. Even though it has 1 hit of armor, you can't use that as willy-nilly as those other 2 characters, right? You're relatively safe when you're using it with Lily's, and you're relatively safe when you're using it with Blanc, I say relatively because obviously different characters means that there's different punish solutions. So for the most part, those two characters are pretty good with using their EX and staying safe. But Honda, you have to be a little bit more careful about how you approach that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And Joe Umarogan was doing a great job of just taking advantage of like the Honda habits, being like, yeah, I know I got you scared in the corner. I'm going to make sure that I impose myself. I'm going to throw. I'm going to step back, wait for you to tech, hit you with a button. I'm going to throw again. and then I'm going to block because I think you get a super. Like, just doing a great job. I know my opponent. I'm in their head. Like, that was how Joe Umarogan was playing, and it was just monstrous corner pressure that entire time, and just playing such a strong mental game.
I think that also applies to the mental stack we mentioned at the beginning of this tournament, right? Is the fact that, like, okay, we're worried about so much. What's going to happen? Okay, am I going to get hit from this? Am I going to get hit from this? And I've seen a lot of people, even professional players, taking more throws than they are trying to reach and then getting hit, because damage in this game is crazy. If you're willing to spend the resources, if you're willing to spend the bar, you're getting blown up. You're more than likely either going to lose the game or you're going to have to eat some crazy OP that nobody wants to deal with. So it's going to be really, really hard to try and see, or I should say evolve, how this meta is going to be as the time sort of moves on, how these characters are going to shift, how people's answers and options when things are sort of going awry are going to be, because we see a lot more people at an even higher level professional play, like in Dallas for DreamHack and a couple of other places, that you see them being a lot more aggressive, a lot more active. We're hitting crouch light punch, we're hitting crouch light kick off of somebody's already potentially plus options, right? It's so crazy to the point that where, like, even buttons that are like +2 on block aren't enough to net you another medium anymore. In fact, in some cases it'll trade and only make you in some cases it'll only trade and make you like it'll make the +7 button 5 frames, or it'll make the +8 button 6 frames, and you'll still get beat out by a jab because people are not trying to eat all of that pressure. It's scary, but it's cool to be able to see, because it means that a lot of people are going to be on top of their toes and looking for different ways to create pressure scenarios where you can't mash out of it or you'll get blown up.
Yeah, like the changes they did to the systems with priority, proximity block, all that stuff has just made things so much more terrifying for offense, not defense technically there, because now you're dealing with having to have a crouch jab that doesn't even chain twice on block if they're mashing. Or I got my crouching heavy punch out as Cammy, that's my plus button, I still got clipped by something. Like stuff like that is what makes this game so interesting on an offensive level, because they have taken out a lot of the things that made, the proximity block in general was very strong, especially against like fireballs and all that in 5. And when you remove that and take that out of the equation, people are able to act much easier. And that's why pressure is a two-way street almost every single time. When you see that corner, it's going to go back and forth unless you get into that mental game like Umarogan did, where you condition them with the throws, make sure, hey, I'm not necessarily doing any meaty buttons. I'm just making sure you're staying here. I'm going to walk back. Heck, I'm going to hit you with a button. I'm going to walk back in, see what you're going to do about it. And when you have that advantage, it's more of the mental side of things is going to mean a lot more in this game for the corner. And I think we saw with that development there is going to be something that's going to be very common over the next few months. Because I think that is the important way to do it.
Right, because knowing when to challenge is going to be very, very oppressive. You see that, or have that question posed in a lot of different fighting games, like in MK, like in Tekken, of course, Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 4 and Third Strike especially. When do I challenge here, right? Because we're talking about scenarios where those games were, more specifically Street Fighter 4, were full of OSs, and you would have to know, okay, what's going to happen here? Then you have people dealing with option selects for their option selects is what they would make in training mode, right? So it's something super, super cool to see in this game, how pressure itself is sort of going to evolve over time, because you actually have people that even on plus frames, instead of, like you're saying, continuing to press buttons, instead they chose the more passive approach. It seems like shimmying is very, very strong in this game because it's better, because the defensive options are good in this game. Blocking is actually not that bad in this game because of how pushback works in this game now compared to the other Street Fighters. And parrying is really, really great, right? You have drive reversal that's debatable as not that great, but you have drive impact that is good, right? And you always have to be on the lookout for that. So it's really, really cool to be able to see a lot of these players sort of over time sort of shimmy and, snake their way through a lot of these like really heavy pressure scenarios, but then come out on top where they're like, that's the moment. I found the moment where I needed to press that button, and that worked out for me so well. And I think that's a great way for how Street Fighter 6 is going to advance moving forward, especially when we have other characters that come into the mix. I need to stop mentioning that because I'm giving myself nightmares thinking about Rashid and Ed's flicker in freaking Street Fighter 6. I don't like that. Not with drive rush mechanics. I hate it. I'm getting scared thinking about it.
I don't flicker. Like it's coming. You can't sleep now.
I don't, bro. I gotta be honest with you. Street Fighter 5. I played Street Fighter 5. I had to play my girl Akira. Rival Schools, Capcom, if you're out there, please. I beg of thee. Rival Schools is one of my favorite fighting games. Definitely one of those that I grew up with, and I played a lot of Akira. Just having to deal with Ed and his flicker, especially since in most of Akira's situations, it was kind of hard to deal with that because you had a lot of characters that their pressure was walk up medium and then crouch medium, and they were like plus a billion. So like trying to check that was like unlikely because then you really would have to take the strike throw instead of being able to mash your way out of that. But Ed's flicker was so aggressive and so demanding because it was like 1, 2, 3 on block. Okay, now I'm like +2, but I'm also still at the distance to where if you hit a button, I can whiff punish you. But you have to sit there and block, right? So you can't whiff punish. You can't try and like hit him when he does that because he even hops back a little bit after the flicker. So it's like, think about that with Drive Rush gives me nightmares and gives me headaches because I'm thinking of the V-Trigger system and what they had in that. And I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to deal with V-Trigger 1 Ed in this game. Are you kidding me? Could you imagine that? The big psycho ball like coming at you with a combo that he used to confirm in Street Fighter 5, man. Like, come on.
That is terrible.
I'm excited.
But the Ed's flicker is a good example for what I was about to bring up, which I think we're going to be having a more passive offense in this game, where a lot of what we're going to be seeing is we're going to get our knockdown, and then we're going to like just back off a little bit. Maybe I'll hit a light or something, but because if you get over aggressive in this game, there's an answer for that, and a lot of the time it is, as of right now, it is drive impact a lot of the time. Like if you are just pressing, if you're playing a like I don't know. Chun and you're doing like standing heavy kick a bunch or forward heavy kick, stuff like that, the game will just go, nice poke. Unfortunately, I press drive impact and you're going to be eating some damage for that. And a lot of this offense and like how the pace of things are going, I'm starting to think that we're going to be having a different paced offense that's going to be the complete opposite of 5. Where 5 was just suffocating. Absolutely. You're in the corner. Just
right, medium.
But like medium. This game says you want that 3 drive bars.
Right.
If you want to play Street Fighter 5 again, cool, yes. 3 bars. That's half your drive meter. You want to do it twice.
Pressure, earn it. Right.
Yeah. Like it wants you to.
You want your pressure, you got to earn it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get that pressure back a lot when they're burnt out.
Yeah.
But the resource management is where the actual meta, I think, will lie a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like how people manage their resources, their meter. Because like I said, I treat drive like it's another life bar. It's a lot of it. That is a lot of your answers. Like, and if you are out of drive, you are back into Street Fighter 5, and your opponent is Ed with flicker. Like a lot of the time.
Yeah. Exactly.
It just gets stuck. But you gotta make like it's really fun to see how the overall manipulation of the drive meter is going to be from person to person. Mm-hmm. We've been seeing people who are super heavy on drive reversal off the bat, which, gets them off, sure, gets you that space. It's very risky. It is not Street Fighter 5 where it's -2 most of the time. It's very punishable, and especially against characters like the grapplers. If you do that drive reversal and it's blocked, they get a free command grab, or in Manon's case, free metal, stuff like that. It's everything. The thing I've been seeing is everything has an answer, but there is no universal answer. Like this isn't a situation where we have we're getting meatied by Bison, and we could V reversal his button at the right time and get him out of the way. Or if you're in Street Fighter 6, he could really mix it up because the drive
really
works on offense and defense. Most of the stuff that was for like offensive V reversal was a thing. of course, certainly, especially with like Laura, grappler characters like that. But with this game, that's going to be so much more prevalent because of how different characters will be using, different people will be using the drive rush. Yeah. But we're back in
what
here.
I was thinking, like, not to cut you off, but I was also thinking about this matchup too with like Madden, about how crazy it can be to sort of fight back against somebody with, I mentioned it before, a lot of her weaknesses lie in the fact that she can get out footsied, and what better character to out footsie you than Dawson of all people, right? Where jumping isn't always the answer.
Like, this is a weird thing because he's so floaty, and he loves it when you are not going to, hold up. Like, all right, I can deal with that. Or if you play like Dee Dee's playing right now and just keep her away the whole game, that works very well. Just in general, he's got the zone.
Somebody that plays this character, like, Manon doesn't have any reversals that are outside of her meter, not just her drive gauge, but her super bar. She'd have to look one in order to escape a majority of the scenarios, and even situations like that was used in a very, very good way. Lord used it to catch the backdash as well from him, which is great to pull him in to guarantee a command grab, or at least put the pressure of a command grab on him, I should say. Not a guarantee.
It's that drive reversal. We know Dee McCog really likes that drive reversal. It gives you that space as Dawson. Knows when to do it as well. A level 3.
If she wins this match, we're in scary territory.
Good parry, but thrown. Great job just mixing up teleports, the spacing, making sure. He's not being consistent with the zoning. He's using rush down at some points as zoning to throw off and get some distance. Like that. What?
Oh, what a cross!
That's crossed through your eye. If you watch that replay, good lord. Schrodinger's cross-up happens again. It happens again.
It'll only cross up if you
where it is. He doesn't know where it is. It's just how it be sometimes.
Yeah, she can, and this is part of the problem what I was talking about earlier with a lot of her buttons. A lot of the difference between her and other characters is the fact that a lot of her normals don't net her pressure. Instead, we're talking about a situation where we are dealing with a lot of negative pressure on the side of Manon, even though she's on the offensive, because her normals are much, and she can't really effectively find ways to keep pressure. Instead, she has to go for a lot of like crouch medium into hopefully they won't hit a button crouch medium again after drive rush, right? So this is hard for her. It's very difficult.
Oh, the delay yoga flame because it's LB. That's what to do with. Tries to do the Beyblade. Oh no.
We're not. Stand roundhouse off of that. Nice.
All fun and games until Dawson gets exactly what he wants.
Right.
He's got the range, and it's crazy because he can just get up in your face because he wants to stay at that range, and it's really weird to fight because it's like, oh, he's a zoner, right? And he teleports on top if he hits you with that, gross cross up that made me almost puke, and then he gets, to drop down, push you back, and he's like, all right, let's do it again. Where am I teleporting to? You figure it out. And then the parry happens. You parried the fireball, but I'm right here. You're still in recovery. Sorry, getting thrown. It's still such a tricky character, especially in a game with a parry. The parry almost does Dalsum some favors in a lot of these ways, because
you're right.
When fireball's like, oh, parry, nope, now he's in like behind you and a throw. That's
right.
A good amount of damage because it's probably a punish counter too. So it's rough. It's very rough.
And it's also the fact that his fireballs, like, you can charge them now off of like normal inputs to give them sort of the same properties as, like, not the exact same properties, but sort of the same properties as of an EX fireball, like the same sort of durability. EX fireball, is more durable than a normal one, even if you charge it. But it gives you that ability to be able to sort of have that almost similar rush down when you're in a scenario where you're trying to keep somebody out and away. And I think it's something super, super cool to be able to see a lot of this sort of pressure and this uniqueness, because you brought up, and once again, another good point, is the fact that, like, hey, we're talking about a scenario where somebody's utilizing parry a lot of the time. For Dhalsim, that's different. Most people would parry and then not immediately be in a scenario where they can end up mixing somebody up, right? But with Dhalsim's teleport, if you're trying to parry the fireball, then all of a sudden he teleports, he's behind you, right? Is this a strike throw already? Because you're not blocking him, you're blocking the fireball now. So now it's like a different sort of scenario. Since parry doesn't change up frame data, it makes it very, very unique with how you have to sort of approach it. It'll take some time, but I do like how we've been seeing already the differences in terms of, in terms of like play styles. Because we saw Remy earlier playing Dhalsim, and we saw the sort of keep away aerial space that he liked to play, and then we see here that we have the aggressive, in-your-face Dhalsim, sort of the same, similar play style to how Mr. Crimson plays his Dhalsim, which is a very, very aggressive, sort of in-your-face, I'm going to mix you up sort of Dhalsim. And that's really, really cool to be able to see, players bring that out on the drop of a dime because of the flexibility of how this game is.
Yeah, and we saw also Didi using the strength of a button canceled directly. Okay, that threw me off. I was saying the strength of in the yoke flame because they want to press button. And yeah, this is once again, like you're saying, that different kind of dolls. Also seeing Blanca. All right, switching from the JP to Blanca.
Now we're here in losers bracket for round 7. One of the biggest things as well that I was doing when I was practicing some Dhalsim earlier was the fact of hey, there's a lot of you can be stuffed out of a lot of your buttons in Dhalsim. And not necessarily stuffed out, I should say, but off of the back of a teleport, you can be stopped. There's a lot of stuff it is that you can do that really forces you to sort of sit back and think a lot. Okay, we talked about how we have the hamster wheel in the brain with Honda with doing headbutt. What witchcraft did they use to make Drive Rush Slide go full screen for Blanca? Who thought of that?
They felt like it. Yeah, why not? Let's just make him go under everything and slide from full screen like he's in the MLB. Why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right?
Make it happen.
Oh, you're about to eat a bunch of damage off of this. Oh, he goes for the reset, actually. Right. I like it.
Floating. Uh-oh. Where's you go for jump? It's clipped.
Oh, my goodness. There
Here it comes.
The one time he uses it, it works out in the way that you would have hoped it would have. Nice.
All right. Counter hit. Oh, the perfect parry. The thick wasn't a full conversion, but it was still really.
Yeah, really, really sick. Nice. Can I just get the Oki here?
Oh,
nice. Behind you.
Okay, we're switching up the playstyles a bit here. Now keeping it back to the classics. I'm doing Axel, jumping heavy in Street Fighter.
This is Axel, all right. Remy, I commented to you at Arc Revo Canada, bro. You're still playing the same. My goodness, with this frustrating playstyle, bro. I swear.
Some things never change,
bro. My dude, though. I love it.
Never change.
Nice. Great hit.
That button could hit an ant from the International Space Station.
Absolutely, it could. Yoga snipes, right? Yoga snipers. Old school move.
There's a few of those in this game.
What that move is.
Here's the fire. Hop on it. God, that walk is really weird. Messes with me every time I see it.
Level 3 not only to maintain the spacing, but to also get the damage that you might need. Might as well spin the bar. We're talking about the last round here. Somebody's coming out with the victory.
Oh, good spacing there, outside of the drive impact. Floating.
Bro. I'm telling you, great spacing and an awareness from Remy as well. I like the keep away as he's playing. Oh, had he confirmed that, it would have been insane, but you still got nicked.
I thought it did convert.
Out of your trial finish. Bro, I
didn't convert. I got that teleport. It was like, no, I want to deal with it.
Can we talk about the fact that I saw it switching to Kimberly? I like this. This is the other characters that I played. This is very, very difficult for Dhalsim because he cannot play out of range of a lot of people's moves that would normally be played out of against, like we saw with Blanca. Blanca likes to use Blanca Ball. He likes to use his charge. He likes to get in there. Kimberly forces her way in there. like forces her way in with sprint. I mean, hey, it's the new generation of Bushinryu, right? So I mean, like Guy passed on his legacy, and Kimberly puts the hurt on a lot of people. Her mixes are crazy. I love this character. One of my favorite characters in the game, bro. Kimberly's awesome.
He is a menace once she gets going, and he has a lot of movement, which is very scary to fight. Especially, like, you gotta watch your spacing a lot, but we know Remy is very good at that. Like, you may as well just have an Axel mod over that right now.
Right.
We're seeing the same type of gameplay, and it's translating very well.
Oh gosh. Nice.
Burnt out.
Teleported. There's another mix. Good stuff. I like that. I like that you're using the reversal to make sure their back's to the wall. Now you're in a really bad spot. Let me see the optimization. Oh, he doesn't know the optimization!
No. There's a jump scare coming.
Nice. Good confirm for Remy. In order to get the optimization on that combo when you're stunned, what you have to do is you have to throw out a bomb and then use medium Vagabond Edge to pop them up. You get the Izuna drop, and you can continue combos from there. It's a really, really effective way to make sure she maximizes on her damage and sets up for another mix. Nice. Full screen. Back where we want him to be at.
Exactly what you want. Still going these drive impacts. Fire. Oh, this is like the worst situation to be in. Slides in. Hits. Flips. Head. Taking it with the axe. Dolls him. Great job.
Very, very well
man. Oh, Dalsum is such a... You can do so much with that character in this game. And, you know, I say that with a kind of a frown because I do hate fighting Dalsum. I think most people do. He's a demon in this game, too. But at least his teleport's not fully invincible.
Yeah, his teleport isn't fully invincible anymore. So that, yeah, you're right. That is like, you know, thank God. Right. Like, that's like a truly saving grace that it's no longer invincible like how it used to be, but it still can be used in a very oppressive manner, as we saw Remy do.
Yeah. It's, like we were saying, character expression is absolutely a thing in this game. Like, when you compare it to the final stages of 5, like the most recent Street Fighter we had before this, we saw a lot of the time characters were kind of like, oh, I'm playing this character, I do this thing. This game, already we have seen like we've had 2 different Dalsums with 3 different ways to play them. We've had rushdown, air zoning, and we've had ground zoning. Like, it's just super cool to see things like this because with all these different kinds of characters, you do get this way of, hey, I can vary everything because I got this drive system, and we got different ways. With Remy, you could definitely see the guilty gearisms. You know, you could see some of those that gear brain turning in, keeping that zoning up with Axel. You know, great stuff. It's really cool to see these people from other games bring that into Street Fighter 6, and you're able to see it pretty clearly.
Yeah. I think it's absolutely wonderful. I think the most important part in any game, which is why you see games like Third Strike, you see Marvel 2, you see even Street Fighter 6. I'm going to put this up along with the greats as well. I think games like Accent Core and like Rev 2, the thing it is that those games sort of have in common that I think are really, really great. And MKX, of course, couldn't have forgotten that, is player expression. I think player expression is so important. And the more we see a lot of these characters, the more you get a lot of that player. The more you see a lot of these players, the more you get a lot of that character expression. But this is, once again, not the best matchup for Manon either.
The return of P-Lord back on stream. Oh, this is a different kind of JP.
Oh, absolutely.
Playing a little more like Dalsum with the teleports, all right? With the close-ups.
This is already like losers. This is already losers round. This is not. I was gonna say round 8, but this is losers quarters that we're actually end up seeing right here. And I saw that name a couple of times actually. Like Officer. They ended up losing a little bit earlier in the bracket to can't quite remember the name here, but they ended up losing, I believe, to, I forgot what character it was to. My goodness, it was a very, very unfortunate situation where they ended up losing. But a couple of times I've seen this player before in like a couple of tournaments here and there, and I'm interested to see that like he is playing JP, but as you see, he's playing very aggressively, forcing Pelor to block a lot of situations, back to the wall, forcing them out. It's just really difficult.
Yeah. Like an in-your-face JP is also very different right now because a lot of them just like to go spike, teleport. This is honestly, this right now is convincing me a lot more of JP's strength than he's only good at full screen. I don't know about that.
No,
he's he's got good buttons.
Which is why I was saying this character, I think, is, this terminology gets used a lot, like, in gaming in general, but I don't like to use it as much, but I think this character is absolutely insane. This character is strong, definitely top tier. He is a very, very aggressive character, and I think he does a great job at making sure that not only can you keep people away from him, but he's great at playing the in-your-face game, too, as we're saying here. He actually uses those projectiles to close the distance, too, which is interesting. It complements his playstyle very well.
Yeah, like, it's such a great way to play JP in this kind of situation because a lot of the time when people say JP, they go, oh, he's going to be playing full screen. But Nika Officer here is doing a great job of mixing that up completely. He's going, I'm full screen, I'm in front of your face, I'm teleporting out of you. And you got to also be aware of that level 2 because they've been very clear they know what they're doing with the level 2.
Oh, great mix-up on the command grab as well. That did a grip of damage, my goodness. And now you're out. This is the worst scenario ever.
You're getting jumped in the corner.
Oh my goodness, the fakes out the light punch too. You're still blocking. Oh, can't jump either.
This is down a wire. Chip is on the table. Or just like is under the table.
The perfect timing. The perfect
Such
timing.
A cool win close.
But the tip chips were on the table, but the hand wasn't able to carry him through. He folded, right? Like that's sort of like just wasn't the hand it is that he needed. It was unfortunate, but still good to see a name like P. Lord here in losers quarters finals. He still played well, but it was great to be able to see a lot of that pressure be brought out from JP because we keep mentioning character expression, guys. I know you guys hear it a lot. We sound like a broken record, but it's just to show how cool fighting games can be and how cool they are, especially with this new era of fighting games we're entering into with SF6, Tekken 8, and MK1 coming out this year, right? Tekken 8 coming out sometime next year. It'll be really, really cool to see how all these fighting games tackle player expression in a different way. But in that match specifically, we saw an entirely different JP. The other two we saw earlier did not play the same at all.
Yeah, they kept their space. They just were like, I'm staying all the way back here. I'm not even teleporting. I'm just going to lock you down here. And because of, the whole good old up forward, I can hop through. We were seeing the zoning there, that being broken. And when you play like this kind of JP where you're like, all right, I'll do a little bit. I'll put up my thing right in front of you. You're going to think, oh, I'll just press you. No, I'm just going to teleport to it and I'm going to hit you with an overhead. Like that is the kind of JP that I think is going to be terrifying for sure. Like that's the kind of gameplay that I would more have expected about a month in, honestly, because a lot of people have been treating JP the same with the zoning. But when you get really creative, that's when the strengths of characters in this game come out. And that's kind of what we've been seeing with not just but Dalzim as well, not just JP. We've been seeing just a lot of great variants of characters all the way around, and it almost feels like they're not picking the same character. And character expressions, like a luxury we haven't always had. Like in Street Fighter, it's been a bit. In Street Fighter 5, there was like none. Like you had your character and you did your thing. But the thing you should do right now, not Street Fighter related, is hit that match button. You gotta hit that right now. You gotta get that 10-0 matchup versus the button. Make sure you win it. Only 25 cents. Don't even know. Like it just pops up there. Like these players been doing some great work. Just hit that button. That's all you gotta do. We're hitting buttons anyways as fighting game players.
please support the wonderful people here at Digital Havoc and make sure that you guys always, no matter what tournament it is you're going to, it doesn't matter, we don't click it. We deserve to have more of these tournaments, as well as the fact is everyone absolutely watching deserves to have more and more tournaments being used. We've got to make sure that we support the people properly. Make sure you click on that Matcherino link, get your snacks, go to the bathroom, and when you come back, we'll have some more Street Fighter 6 in this new era of fighting games. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Hey, what's up, Earthling scum? Remy Celeste here, the month 1 Street Fighter 6 tier list. So contrary to what some of the drones around are saying on Twitter, I actually think Ryu is S tier and JP is in actually a pretty bad spot right now. You know, what I think is that, like, no, shut up. On Friday, July 7th, in collaboration with 9 Moons Gaming, I'm hosting the most important tournament in month 1 of Street Fighter 6's release, to answer the questions we should be asking. How broken would it be if you could teleport into a spinning pile driver? What if you could shoot fireballs and also do the command grab? Would Ice Spice win in a fight against Gordon Ramsay? To answer these important questions and more, I'm hosting a custom character tournament with a $500 prize pot on Friday, July 7th at 6 p.m. Eastern. This tournament is open to all competitors in North America, including Canada, the United States, and Mexico. There will be no level cap or restrictions on equipment, so you can grind the story mode for an advantage over the competition. To sign up and check the full list of rules, go to start.gg/RemyCeleste. This event will also be streamed live on Twitch at twitch.tv/RemyCeleste. Tune in on Friday, July 7th at 6 p.m. Eastern to watch and also join in on the action. See you there.
Quoted Tech, the official production partner for Incendium Gaming. Visit quoted.tech for your custom PC build today. Use referral code Incendium for a $100 discount.
Welcome back in, guys, once again. Street Fighter 6 here to stay at Digital Havoc number 141. Found the legend here with Zambadam. Thank you guys so much for going and getting your snacks. Enjoying a quick little break before we're back into some awesome Street Fighter 6 action. I'll be very, very excited to see the upcoming matches throughout Digital Havoc today.
Yeah, I need to break after that. I'm gonna be real. Like these have had me on the edge of my seat this whole time, and that break was kind of a godsend right now. So thank you. But man, like these matches tonight have been. I've learned a lot, and that's something I really enjoy doing on commentary. Is constantly learning what characters can do. And we're about to learn what Honda and DJ looks like, and it looks like a headbutt. All right, yep. Oh, never mind. I didn't learn anything. We're not. We're just yep. Honda moment. Oh yeah. Or sliding. Yikes. Uh-oh.
Right, John LeBlanc,
but side switches kind of worked in favor there. Good jump.
Holding up anyway.
Okay. The short hop. A throw. Another one. Yep. It just wakes up, says no. I don't got time for that. I need to headbutt right now.
Like, Jin's woken up with a reversal, I believe, twice, or maybe it was just once, but it looks very, very similar, because you have the fake out version of it. But that definitely makes it twice. So you have a situation where you have to worry about a lot of the reversal, and so Lewis is like, I'll just do it right back. It makes sense, right? You don't really want to. We mentioned it earlier. Once again, keep calling it back, because I mean, we're calling it, no pun intended, right? It's just the fact of like, this is people want to block in this game, not because like, oh, they just want to hit buttons or scrub you, whatever the case may be. It's because it's scary. You don't want to be in a negative situation in this game, which is exactly why you see a lot of these people using reversal back and forth to regain that space.
Right now we're seeing Dibujin trying to mix up these options right now versus Honda. Using more of these fireballs, trying to get, catch some headbutts or something, but instead getting punish countered into probably exploding. Into the corner. Never mind. Air hit. From literally 4 states. What? My goodness, that was essentially a raging demon. That was an insane max range drive rush into throw. Not dealing with the cross up, parries it.
The more they change, the more they stay the same. Honda's hands being minus as well as neutral jumping into neutral fears in the air. My goodness. That butt slam punish counter now is such a big deal. That's so scary to deal with against Honda now.
It bounces. Why? Because why not? why not? Give him some. You want an anti-air? Good luck. Some people could really do it easily. Other characters, maybe not. No. Worst situation. We're drawing circles out here.
Toss him out the
ring. Get out of my ring that I just created.
That's one of the sickest supers in the game. That's definitely one of the sickest supers in the game. Dragging someone's feet to create the sparks that make the sumo ring. Oh, come on now, man. Creative with these supers in this game.
Yeah, Honda's like, cool. Now. But at what cost?
How honorable do you have to be to make a ring designed around the thing it is that you do for a career just so you can beat your opponent? It's honorable and extremely disrespectful. Most of these characters don't even do sumo. It's just him. Like
he already has him in the grab. Where's the? Right. You're just flexing on the. Look at me. I'm gonna make a circle real quick.
Like the sumo ring.
Matching up against MS Paint. We are burnt out, and the butt slam is coming unless you anti-air like that. Ooh, my goodness! A throw! Gotta watch out.
Gotta be careful.
Up a little bit. Butt slam incoming or a headbutt. That's the true mix-up. Or that is, or that just keep dying, or you just explode. Ooh.
Yeah, that startup of the drive impact. Very well done. Very, very well done.
Yes. Hold out the third option. Done.
Sure,
it hits. You count those.
Right.
Big sweep. Push back. Butt slam.
Oh,
I don't see any fireballs.
It's going to be level 3.
Dead.
Yep.
Your heels are about to hurt like hell.
True. But more than that, when you get tossed on your back like this. That was cool.
Back. BD. Butt slam.
The flash kick.
And trying to keep him away is so hard because he has options around it, and you have to commit so hard with the fireball. Okay. Oh, I thought that was gonna cross up. I was wrong. Sweep. Man, that sweep goes high. Okay. Very aggressive. The butt slam. Sumo power. Yep. EX. Gotta stay alive here. This is terrifying. He's just sitting there menacingly. You don't gotta do much except bust slam headbutt and do some slapping.
Get back roundhouse keeps him in the corner.
Oh, that could.
Oh, it's gonna hit some edgier!
No way, dude. Oh,
no.
Honda's broken. We gotta remove him from the game, dude. We can't do this anymore. I don't. Man, come on. Man. I'm feeling that one.
This headbutt and butt slam. But there comes a time in this game where we've entered into a new era of Street Fighter and things have changed truly to where not only does it whiff, but you got counter hit. And let's say he did live, he would have gotten a confirm off of that. Welcome to Street Fighter 6, everybody. I hope you all are enjoying your stay at Digital Habit. Because, jeez, that didn't make any sense. He stepped forward.
So
he had to have stepped forward with that super. That super must make him step forward.
So we've learned today that anti-airing is not an option ever. Oops, sorry guys. What you're supposed to do against Honda is just unplug their controller. Just take it and throw it, because that's the best way to counter him right now. Yeah,
true.
You can perfect parry him, sure, or just unplug his controller. You know, it's the two strongest ways. But yeah, Honda's a menace right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely.
Butt slam.
Best way to stop a Honda player from playing. Best way to stop a Honda player from playing. You just look at him and you go, please, really. Do we have to do this right now? You just try and convince them. Hopefully your speech is 100, level 100, right? So you can at least force them to not be in a scenario where you're dealing with Honda. Because I'm going to be so honest, that was a great reaction from DB Jin. I genuinely thought that was going to anti-air, but he stepped forward and then got counter hit, which is even worse because of course he loses to the butt slam, right? But then even if that didn't matter, you still get a conversion off of that. You still kill him. You kill him either way.
Yeah.
Honda OP.
Yeah, I mean,
Honda OP, please nerf.
So Honda decided that you're not gonna anti-air, and I'm gonna get this butt slam. I know you tried, so I'll give you a little gold star for that. But you're still gonna get you have 1 health. Sorry, butt slam. I don't see no super.
Absolutely, yo. An overall very, very unfortunate situation. We're going to at least bow out for a little bit, guys, out of the losers bracket to move back into the winner side of things here. We're going to be looking at winners finals here with Joe Umiroga versus Didymokov, person who was playing a variety of characters earlier. Once again, Joe Umiroga sticking with the Luke all the way through. Didymokov, I believe, was playing Manon when we had seen them. So
only Dawson.
Once again, we'll get fact checked on that. What's Dawson? That's right. That
only
was Dawson. Dawson was the ones that we had seen. Only Dawson. Dawson the whole time. Thank you very much. I appreciate that correction. Dawson the whole time, and a Dawson that has been very, very aggressive and in the face of a lot of his opponents.
Although I do understand why you thought Didymokov was playing multiple characters because of how they switch up their play style. It seems like, I didn't just pick it all. Pick 2 characters. So I don't blame you for forgetting that one at all. But yeah, you got Joe Umiroga, super strong Street Fighter V player. Didymokov also very strong Street Fighter V player. We're just 1 game forward.
Remember, guys.
Oh my god! That was from, like an entire city over.
That's true. And the fireball. Wait. So the fireball didn't even trade with him. It went past him. Wait, what happened there? More questions. I've
questioned enough, honestly. Really. After the Honda thing that happened the last game, I'm just done. I'm not even going to ask questions. I'm just going to allow the answers to exist.
That's so fair.
It's such a funny throw for Dawson to have of all people.
It is. It's one of his older throws.
Yoga punch your skull.
You'd
expect him to do some like twisty thing. like he's doing right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I just punched you in the head like 3 times.
It's the character it is that we haven't talked as much about either. We were talking about the versatility, but just to give some more context for Dawson and what's been different about him in this game, the fact that his standing roundhouse is now cancelable. He can cancel, actually, he has a drill that is actually just his head where he drills towards somebody and can cancel it into the aerial fireball and then teleport after in case he's in trouble. He has a lot of more aerial spatial control options. He's got a lot more pressure thanks to Drive Rush, and a lot scarier confirms thanks to Roundhouse, not only giving you a full counter, a full combo on punish counter, but you also have to deal with a lot of his. Did he jump before that?
He jumped. He caught the neutral jump.
I saw him on the ground.
No, he jumped at the very beginning. And he caught him.
Okay.
Probably was trying to do like jumping heavy punch or something. But yeah, and with the orb.
I swear I didn't see him jump. I was like, wait, how was he in the air?
The orb was not meant to be pondered. It was just there to merely exist.
True.
And there's a fireball just going away on both sides. Sure.
Hey, no matter what happens, you got that Japanese judo, you're dealing with the throw loops, so it'll be a big problem. Nice hit. Demo Papa, don't confirm, this might hit.
Ouch. Perfect. In the corner, and the throw whiffs!
People don't do that enough. I love. Oh, good!
Beast mode, baby.
Beast mode, baby.
Sometimes just gotta go beast mode.
Man.
That's how you do it. That's when you get.
Rogan.
That's how you beat the DI.
Plus frames. He actually decided to use the plus frames to back up, and instead got hit. Mokov pushing to grabbing the steering wheel, trying to drive this car towards his victory. Great anti-air back. Fierce. It's a good anti-air, man. It's a good one.
Oh no. Alright. Jump. Huge. Charge fist. Lots of damage. Got another super in case of emergency here.
Nice.
Oh, the charge fist does not work there.
Nice blocks, and he was ready for it. Good
he was trying to get
stuff. I love it. Wait. We were talking about the burnout before, bro. We were talking about how prominent burnout is in this video game, but it doesn't matter because, in the grand scheme of things, because of how scary the corner is. We talked about it earlier. How prominent is that corner? People are worried about so much. The mental stack is there, but that positioning, that spacing, the round start positioning in the corner is so hard to deal with, bro, because you're trying to fight your way out. You gotta deal with the DP. You gotta deal with lots of good buttons from Luke, and then now you're back to the wall once again into at least a solid 25%.
Oh, nice block and the punish on it. Checking to make sure you don't use that drive reversal too much.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Pressure. Tried to shimmy.
Going for some quick reaction test. Whoa, okay. And the fireball. Get him trying to do something.
Joe Rogan is doing a lot of things. He's doing things not only to just try and get a hit, he's doing them to answer a couple of questions in his head. Is he going to take this throw when I do this drive rush twice? I did back and forth, he didn't hit a button, he's just waiting. Okay, I'm going to throw. Then he throws the second time just to sow the seed of doubt into Mokov's head, and then throws the fireball just to make sure that he ends it. Sometimes you don't do things just to get a hit, you do them to answer questions on behalf of what you're playing.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that combo got 2 kicks. I had no idea that even combo was great. It was wonderful.
Oh, great side switch. That's going to go into a super.
Leads into Oki too.
Yeah.
He recovers in time.
Throw will do it.
Good.
Weird throw for him to still have.
True.
Yoga. Yoga, hold your skull and feed it in.
True.
What yoga is this? I don't remember that. Yeah, alright. He's got the Dawson.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, that bubble was kind of sick, though. Oh, man.
Remember, guys, this is best of 5, by the way, so they do have more chances. Throws once again. Oh, wow.
Oh. Ray health is big, but the anti-air is larger. That'll do it for that round. Got 2 on Didamokov's side here. A great job of shutting down this offense that Joe Rogan's trying to get started here.
He gets a great down back fierce as well. Hard to get in. That drive reversal is saving him so many times.
Yeah. It's not gonna save you there. Oh, ran too much.
Oh, great backhand with the drive impact. It's gonna put him in burnout with this. Oh, it's not.
Now it will. Oh no! With something but the delay. Oh, that was weird!
Oh my goodness!
Is this the Olive Garden stage with all the spaghetti that just flew all over the place?
Dude.
Because, good lord.
Be positioned underneath him while he's floating and not getting the anti-air and keep jabbing because you're like, please land into it, please land into it. It's so crazy when you're both that low.
Back of you. It hit. Alright, still hitting his drive reversal. This is an option not many people use. Oh, the break! Running. Oh my god, the reaction.
He was aware that this is going to be Tail Rider too.
That is going to kill. This
Welcome to the new era of Street Fighter World Warrior.
Murdered. Wow.
I love that super. That CA is one of my favorite Super Teams games, top 3 for sure. For me. Love it.
I really like
Great job.
How they make some of the CAs that are like, it's both of them are fighting in it, honestly. It's not just like, oh, I'm just getting like lit up. It's like, oh, they're fighting back in the super. Cool.
I didn't even know that combo actually. That's crazy.
Oh, he doing a Ryu thing. He doing online Ryu thing on Luke. Oh no.
Drop rush overhead.
Now the scariest character in the game.
He was jabbing, he was staggering his jabs to try and get ready for that draft reversal, but it was actually really hard to notice that he still gets pushed against the wall.
Well, now saving that man. And just take out his feet in the air. No Street Fighter 6, stop advertising feet to me, I'm done. Watch them out.
Okay, listen. Y'all are different. They are not advertising feet, y'all are weird. I've always thought that. That's not what they're doing. They're not advertising it, y'all just have terrible brains.
Medium punch running on in. Oh no. That's just going.
Oh, that was always trying to whip punish it. No anti-airs beside of the Mocom actually. Just letting him jump. Nice, I like it. Teleport away to make sure you keep that space. You realize if the jumps are to try and maintain that space, not just to land a hit. It's more about that. If you land the hit, great. But Joe Rogan was trying to stay on top of to mix up his teleport input. So it was really good of Mocom to try and back up.
You guys like a close game? This is as close as it gets. The last round,
guys. Final round.
Nice TP. Using a lot of these drive rushes, but that's going to burn them out, and this is only going to even their health.
Level 3 in this scenario?
Oh, okay. That was a huge risk, and it turns out to not pay off. Burnt out Luke, but still not out. Burnout is not a be-all, end-all. It is simply just a state of mind that you must get over, a hurdle to overcome. True. I'm starting to sound slightly like Dalsum, but yeah, we've seen enough. It's
everybody in chat, in production, us as well. Remember, guys, we can say it, the national mantra of the fight game community. It is only minus if you believe it to be. That's what you got to make sure that you say, guys. Please be sure to check out the Matcherino as well if you guys have been enjoying these hype Street Fighter matches. We just had our first Game 5 of the night, guys. Matcherino is the place to make sure that we can keep seeing more stuff like this. Please go on there, hit claim code. We currently are already at $28.35. That means so much. You guys have really gone all out with the contributions and things of that nature. You guys have been doing wonderfully. You don't have to, but you did. I'm glad you guys are enjoying what you're seeing tonight. Please, guys, please, please, please hit that Matcherino code, hit the claim code, and enjoy things. Absolutely wonderful, and I'm so glad we'll be able to see a lot more of this Street Fighter 6 coming up. We're in top 8. We're in top 8 here. This is great. This is wonderful. We just got done seeing winners. I was like, we're top 4 now. That's right. Yeah, because this was winners final. We are in top 4.
We got JP versus Hong. And this is the JP that mixed it up quite a bit earlier. It's a very different JP, methodical, but also switching up pace. Good block on the headbutt. Challenge afterwards. Command grab.
Nice.
Axe him up a little bit.
Butt slam trying to run away. There's Amnesia. Nice. Great EX. Has 1 hit of armor. At least forces him back for the time being. I like the answer from Lewis to make sure that he does the EX. He can't be afraid to use that to get out of scenarios, especially against JP. You gotta fight back.
Gotta be real careful though. Nice combo to end it. Seal the deal.
That's the sumo spirit.
Yeah. Make your way in. Oh wow.
Tries to use the amnesia and gets baited. He thought he was going to immediately hit a button.
With the drive impact, trying to call out some pressure here. The cool combo.
He's got some of those portals. That's one thing that I've noticed he hasn't done, because Honda's eventually going to make his way in. If he sets up more portals, I think it'll be easier for him to try to keep Honda out and make him rethink the pressure it is that he's doing. Nice. Let's go.
Getting that corner now. Now we're doing that close range pressure with JP. Not keeping range.
Love hurt.
He's going into super.
Yeah, he's dead off of this.
Yep.
Listen to the kick in. Wait. Listen to the kick of this final round music for JP. Listen to it. Bro, do you hear like the violins and everything, dude? Oh man. Oh, this is dun, 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 dun. Oh man. Dun, dun, dun. JP's theme is so sick, bro. I'm so glad this is the new boss. He is so sick.
He's really sauce. I really like him.
He really is. He's so sick.
It's such a cool addition because it's unlike anything we've seen in Street Fighter too.
True, yeah, very much so.
Right now, we got the classic Street Fighter. I'd be like, all right, new guy, get out of my circle that I just made.
So who Big Yokozuna is. Eat that 50% and deal with the butt slam. Nice.
Nice neutral jump. Unfortunately, butt slam. Nice anything. Unfortunately, butt slam.
The amnesia.
Honestly, I think the real amnesia came from getting hit by that hammer hit butt slam there.
You're right. He did get smacked in his head. Maybe he's the one with the concussion, right? Maybe he's driving the amnesia here. Great command grabs from UK so far. All you gotta do is block EX headbutt, y'all. You block EX headbutt, you get a full punish. Very minus. He's doing EX to get through the projectiles. He's not doing it because it's like as good as the normal headbutt. Nice!
On that. That's going to give him a lot of damage and the spacing that he's going to want to set something up here.
Not 2 bars yet, so not dealing with any crazy chip out shit from JP, but still
nice.
Just as crazy.
All out on that. You know that's what they want to do.
Oh. What did he try and spike that or amnesia that? I'll have to go back and watch that a little bit later. But I'm pretty sure that like in that situation it may have been the attempt at like the spike, because amnesia would have been too dangerous from that low. I think he tried to react to the anti-air of the butt slam, but it just wasn't fast enough. Oh, we're dealing with mixes here.
Funky mode.
Yeah.
So cool.
Oh my goodness.
This plays a blue character. I've been saying it since day one. This is not a Street Fighter. Those are like, I don't even know who I can call. Those like new team stuff, man. What is this? It's so cool to be in Street Fighter.
Oh
man, grab.
Oh
man.
Goodness gracious, man. Do you know how disrespectful it is to start a round, to start the match and say, let's have a fair fight, and then do some of the most heinous crimes committed against humanity in a fighting game? That's insane.
Let's have a fair fight. Tears Geneva Convention in half.
Right, literally. Like, what kind of stuff is this, man? JP is crazy.
These are semis. We're already playing dirty here. What nice neutral jump. Butt slam.
Oh, didn't get the conversion. Not great anti-air. He finally got it. He finally got it.
I can't get over whiffs. EX headbutt immediately does butt slam.
Right.
Maybe I was wrong about the abacus. This is some next level strats.
Great hit. Oh, he just got it on, but trying to headbutt through that? Oh, you don't have as much time as you think. It pops at the same speed that Amnesia does, bro. Like, it pops at the same speed that Amnesia does. When Amnesia gets a hit, when you get the counter off of Amnesia, it immediately pops. So even if you do try and hit him out of something, and you're still going to get hit. So throw is your only option there, and in that scenario, your only option is to parry. Blocking isn't worth it because you don't want to lose the drive meter. You'll gain a lot of your drive gauge back if you parry a lot of that. It's best to play defensively against that.
We're seeing Nikkei Officer this time around doing whiff punishes on the headbutts, big baits coming out successful, but Honda still persists. There's a kind of gaming that's going to be happening. Honda gaming is inevitable.
Oh yeah, this should be good. Oh no!
Mental damage. He's playing JP. You think he's going to be nice? He's finishing that combo. He's hitting you with a command grab. You think it's all done? No, it's not done yet. You had your chance, but command grab. That's how you do it.
Not at all.
The reset.
Amazing matches, yo. I just saw it posted in the chat. Please go support that match, Reno, yo. This is the type of stuff that you can expect to see at Digital Havoc, and please be sure to support. It's a wonderful opportunity that they have us both here on the mic, so shout out to them as well. Make sure that you guys, please come back and watch some more stuff. It's pretty sick, right? I mean, I mentioned it a couple times, but this is a new era of Street Fighter, baby. I mean, like, we're going to see a lot more adaptive and amazing stuff to be able to see it.
Yeah, I mean, we got an answer to the headbutt we saw there. Like JP he's got his cane, just slap him. What are you doing? And man, we finding stuff on the fly. It's like doing a great job with spacing. We're seeing so many good traps people are setting up. This is just the kind of stuff that makes me happy. It's the first week and people already getting real creative with things. And we are almost down to the wire here. I believe we have... Which one are we at? Are we still at semis or have we finished that?
So far we are in losers finals from what it is that has actually been happening. We are seeing Didi Mokov versus Nikkei is what we will be seeing here in a little bit. So we're currently in losers finals. Remember, we're in top 4, so we're doing pretty well. I would say this has been amazing. The time has flown by, man. I mean, like, this has been such a sick tournament. I'm so here for this. Yeah.
So this game is so hype, and it's not in the time where it's figured out. That's the thing that's really interesting about it, because this is the game and it's one of its earliest forms, and this is when people are figuring out, and it's already this hype.
Yeah.
See, Nikkei Officer agrees. It is hype. Nodding along with it.
So goes to the fireball. Yeah, you gotta be careful about that. The interesting thing about JP, he was ready for that, bro. My man was ready for that. Jumps his finger, tries to pop it early to prevent him from getting in, but he still makes it in. And I do like the shimmy, trying to see if Nikkei takes the bait, but doesn't. Instead gets hit by trying to walk back, since that move is a low.
This is going to be such an interesting match, because these are two people playing long-range characters that are not afraid to be close-range in how they play.
Right.
Oh, seeing this.
Like,
oh my god! No way! No. Okay. That is a heartbreaker.
He absolutely does get a full combo off of that. I'm gonna be so honest, dog. I was expecting the spike to come out after. Oh my goodness!
I have to talk for that one. I almost screamed. I almost screamed.
That was so cool, man.
Amnesia is crazy, bro. That's one of the best counters I've ever seen in a fighting game before. Are you kidding me? It's
Yeah,
so
we counter,
fast.
and now you die even more. Not just I counter you and I throw you to the ground. No, you are being chased by just demons. You are getting homing mines sent to you. Thanks for trying to play offense. Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Just
hard
to actually get the
to
hit, dude. Really Mokov doing a great job so far. I love it. Loving the drive impact. And with the dash forward as well. To push their positioning a little bit towards the corner. Oh, he's ready for it, bro. Don't ever test him
Oh
again.
my
Just JP.
goodness. What teleport? There it is.
He didn't get it that time.
Oh,
The cross up.
I like it.
Oh, but you're burned out though. This is a terrible place to be against JP. Yep.
That is
going to the teleport.
And
Ow! Why did I do so much? I guess it was punish counter, but like, jeez, man.
oh, that is
so much.
huge, massive damage early on
Dog.
with a corner
that,
and some
okay.
space.
I'm gonna just say it, bro. I think that it's absolutely cheap as all heck that this man is getting a conversion that leads to a wall bounce that does damage that he can do from full screen, and then you got this. Oh my!
Okay, JP is one of the first characters I've seen that actively shoves you into a locker when he has movement. Like, that was absurd. But right now, Dede's fighting back. He's out of the locker. He's not dealing with it anymore. That's CA. He's still spinning. Weirdo, man. Weird super.
No, I can't. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry. You were playing well. You were playing out of your mind, bro. It's just seeing JP do the things that he does, bro. Like I'm sweating. This character's crazy. Oh yeah, don't jump. Move.
Nice.
Go here. Observe. Go here. Observe.
Oh,
Great teleport.
I bet.
Oh, I like that. Resets him back into a neutral position so he can either go with the low or he can actually go for the throw. I love that. I love that setup. That's very, very well done from Mokov. First time he's ever used that in this tournament too, actually.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Alright. Uh-oh. Alright, we're gonna see this in slow motion. Instant replay live.
Nice.
In case you wanted
that,
to see that in slow motion.
Dog, what in the world is this character, bro? People were scared of Bison Amnesia. Yeah, that's what you get. Yeah, how
it's over.
Bro, get me off this damn commentator's move. I'm sorry, bro.
Vile.
Get me off of this.
Vile.
Get me away. What
Disgusting.
in God's name? Dog,
Like,
to be
double instant overhead.
Crazy. Let's talk about it from the level 2, right? From the last round, bro. To be in a situation where you use the heavy kick to make sure that not only do you put them in block frames, but even though Puff got scared because he saw the heavy kick and thought he could punish, and then ends up getting punish counter for it. Nikkei knew that he was going to hit a button in that scenario. Then you have that, where you have the double instant overhead, you gotta deal with Amnesia, bro. And now we're back at full screen. And then not even only before that. On the map where we're in Metro City, he's got a cross-up that he hits him with, and even though he loses the round, he still hit him with the crazy cross-up. I'm sick and tired of this. I can't wait till a month from now we're about to start seeing. I can't wait till a month from now when we start seeing JP down players, bro. Because I swear on my life,
no, they started already.
that was insane.
Sure, up forward is an answer, and a lot of them are like, "Oh, he sucks. It's over." It's like, no, he's got option. He's got option. You don't gotta be too worried if your only thing is setting full screen. Well, yeah, you can see JP can do so much more. And shoved into a locker once again. Fight back.
You're about to get fixed again. Parries,
nice
can't hit a button. It doesn't change. It doesn't change frames. Parrying doesn't change frames. It just prevents you from losing drive kick. It allows you to gate it back.
Oh, floating over the spike.
I genuinely thought that. Oh my god, that almost killed him. I thought I was actually about to kill him when I saw how much damage it was doing.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Great teleport, bro.
This is absurd.
Great teleport, dog. Dog, what in the... Dude.
These guys aren't playing 1 week Street Fighter. This is like, we're a ways in.
Great hit.
options being explored are just absurd right now, man. So awesome to see this kind of people ahead of the curve already.
Amnesia. Oh,
there's the incident.
Lord, dude. What do you do about that?
Another one! Oh, he did the overhead.
Amnesia's a crazy counter, bro. I'm so serious.
Oh my god, another one. What are you gonna do when it comes?
After that.
I don't want to fight this. This is the thing. I know I'm commentating the tournament. I'm not fighting right now, but I'm like, man, I don't want to fight him.
As a matter of fact, when this stream is over, I'm playing JP tonight, bro. Like, I'm playing him tonight, like after this show.
Oh my god. Send him into the pit.
Right,
oh my goodness. Oh my god. Dude. The zoning, the teleport, great move. In. Not done yet, of course.
So good damage from Demo Coffee. Still not out of it yet. Nice.
He's going over it. Okay. Drive impact.
Great stuff.
Okay.
Didn't have enough to actually utilize the drive impact either. Using the super to make sure that the drive meter regains a little bit slower, so that way you still have the positioning back. Pierce is enough.
Oh,
that's going to be the stun. You can get the kill from this. Oh, we're about to see the real.
No, he missed it.
Demo Coffee. Not like that. You can't live. This is the worst scenario to be in, dog. Run for your life, please. Oh,
that was absurd. How did he do that? Where did he do that? What is going on, man? If someone showed me like 6 years ago that this is what Street Fighter would be, I'd be like, what are you talking about? No, this is new 13. What are you doing?
You're right. Well, this is very similar to New 13 from BlazBlue. You're right. The zoning is crazy, and her mix, she has mix-up options. It's insane. Oh, he wasn't too much hit stun, but he actually would have got grip by that.
Another one. This
again. Oh, you're about to get caught.
Pick up. Oh my god,
Lord.
That was so cool.
Oh,
he was so cool.
I'm scared of this character more than I ever have been of Bison. I'm gonna be real with you.
Oh my god,
get out the sky.
This character is a menace to society. If I hear one more person say something downplaying about JP, I'm just gonna show them these clips. This is giving me a lot of knowledge right now.
Y'all thought y'all were different, you old men and women of World Warrior. We're in the new era now. You see this?
Old people top tier.
You see Luke. You see Jamie. You see Manon, Kimberly. You see these new characters? Yeah, future is now, old man.
You don't see these young guns doing it like this. Old men duking it out last round in probably one of the most intense sets I've ever seen.
Game 5, guys. Come on. Losers finals. Here we are.
This is like beyond 4D chess at this point. They're actually just playing on the astral field right now. Like, there's so many things, so many different counterplays happening at the same time. He's got zoning. Is he gonna teleport? Yep. He's gonna grab. What's next? Reversal. Okay, he's still got all reliable and the
demonic heavy overplay. So we can go for a crazy mix here.
Sliding into what drive rush? You're going to get drive rush to the ER.
No way. He's definitely not dead. He'll be close to dead.
You know what? I'm not
He's not.
I'm not saying him. He's not dead, but it's not a good situation at all.
Oh,
Alright, there's an exception. Good lord. Shoutouts to that. Yeah, I agree. I can't do this no more, man. Oh my goodness. Like, that double overhead gotta stop, man. He's gotta chill. That thing was so... That's my reaction.
From what it is, I thought.
I'm currently speaking wingdings after that match because what was that?
True.
There was so much both sides. What happened? What game are we playing?
Was he cooking?
Are you sure this is not some random like anime game? Is this a hidden Guilty Gear or something? What is going on? What is happening?
We talked a lot about we talked a lot about the JP, but please, Didi Mokov, you played out of your mind, bro. You showed me stuff with Dawson. It is that I was not even aware that was possible. I'm used to his slides not being spaced properly, but you have so much plus frames and so much advantage off of slide that you get an absolutely amazing setup off of that. Didi Mokov, you still deserve your badges, fam. You played absolutely wonderfully. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, was it a bad character? Did you pick the wrong character? Something must have happened. But regardless, as this stuff is getting sorted out, Didi Mokov, everyone, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are here in grand finals
bring on the match
with Nikkei versus Joe Rogan. An absolutely wonderful time and a wonderful tournament that we have been seeing so far. This is crazy, guys. Be sure that you tune in and click on that match arena. Give them a little bit extra cash before it's over. Be sure that you guys show them the best it is that you can with the support through the match arena. It has been absolutely wonderful to commentate these matches here with Zemadem. It's been great. This is good. Street Fighter is looking very, very bright.
Yeah, this is more than I thought. Like, this has taught me already that Street Fighter 6 is far more than I thought, and there is a lot of depth. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I did not know like half of that parry stuff. Right now, we're about to see if Joe Rogan is going to deal with this parry stuff.
Starting things off with the command grab as well and keeping him forced out. I do like it. Gets the counter here, will drive rush after this. Baits out the amnesia as well. Hey, he learned from watching the last few matches. That will catch him off guard. A solid 35% off of that combo, actually. Goodness gracious. Good stuff.
Big charge. And the Rogan's like, I saw you that last round. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Exactly. Oh no, he's doing it. Doesn't matter.
Oh, no, he's doing it.
They'll look at confused as ever. Full screen. Do you see the pushback on those? No, bro, this is like some NRS level projectiles. Do you see the pushback on those projectiles? Do you see that even though it's still close, it could still close the gap? But the projectiles will push him so far back that it just didn't. You can't challenge that. Your only goal is to. Your only option is to throw him. Like I'm serious. You have to throw him out of that to avoid the amnesia. One of them won't blow. One of them will blow up, and you'll avoid it. But the second one, you still have to block, but you'll at least be safe.
It's so crazy that it counters blocks too. Like, it's crazy.
It counters. So amnesia counters all hits.
It counters block. It counters grabs. It counters. I have grabbed a JP with amnesia up, and I still got chased down by hell demons.
It's so the cool
That's
thing
how
about
it is.
that
Apparently, he's a boss character. What else are we supposed to do?
Did you know it also stops supers like level 3s? Like level 3s are also countered by amnesia. Like, so if you try to look up super and he reacts and he does amnesia, you just hit it.
Oh my
bro,
goodness.
What in the dog? Okay. Boss character. Straight up boss character.
We're learning. I
feel like I'm watching like Rugal or like GoNix from like KOF, right? Like the SNK level boss stuff.
Yeah, bro. This is really close to Gurnitz. This is like the feeling of being, oh god, I am trapped and help. I need a radio in the middle of the game for some.
That floor roundhouse is too good, man. Floor roundhouse is such a great anti-air jump in. Oh, that's going to be a better jump in. And he gets the corner from this.
And it didn't cost too much either. Now it's costing him some life.
Ow. Oh, great whip punish. I guess the throw just to reset the damage. I like it.
One more hit.
Oh, can't whip punish that.
Out a little bit. The cane doing the job.
Tied 1-1 here in grand finals, though.
Yeah, the rematching is so right now. It's so fast, and we just go right back into it. It's just all one continuous game. It's great.
Go, observe, here. Go, observe, here.
You should resist. Oh! Oh, no. Nah. I'm not going to see it, nor will you be able to resist. Oh my goodness. Hit him with the cane. Let him know. I got this. I didn't get this off Etsy. I got this at an antique store, bro. Gotta let him know. I got the sauce. It's all real. Get the sauce. Bam.
that wouldn't be so bad if he put you at full screen so he could zone you. Like that's the thing.
I am not seeing a Street Fighter character here.
No, you're not.
No. I'm scared again.
The roundhouse didn't cross up because Joe Moroder was backing up. Nice. It's gonna hurt with punish counter throw. Nice. Oh no drive rush cancel. Realizes that. I wonder if Joe Moroder is gonna realize. Oh yeah, kill him. Just kill him.
Oh,
no, you can't do that. Oh, why did you broke you done.
I don't want to reap what I sow. No. Didn't finish your meal. You gotta finish your meal. Can't just leave it all on the plate there. Pain.
I thought what was going to happen was that he was going to at least level 1, right, and keep corner position, give himself some time to regain some of his drive gauge as well. But instead, he goes for it and thinks that it'll actually hit. But if you're too close to the corner, as you'll see, you'll whip Avenger. That's the command dash. You'll whip the Avenger and the No Mercy follow-up, which is the shoulder tackle.
Heavy kick.
Oh, nice. He whiffed. This is actually so good. Oh, he mistimed it.
And hits him with a cane. It's all real. He's like, I don't got time for punches. Only kicks and canes. Yeah.
Wow, and he waited for that one too, actually.
Good block.
Great block.
Good block. However, he's just on the other side. Just on the other side.
He used his low forward at a later time than he normally does and still got caught by the amnesia. You're eating this level 3 as well.
Look at that damn. Good lord. No mistakes are allowed, or you will explode.
Oh, he just started the next throw! Oh, you gotta use your chance, bro. He's gonna probably not.
This is definitely a chance.
DCA, do DCA.
Needs to do damage.
With this, he'll be in burnout, and he'll have to deal with Oki as well. He doesn't have enough for amnesia. The normal amnesia isn't good enough. EX will be. He has to drive rush. Nice.
Oh, he was a little far.
Nice.
Don't matter. Don't matter.
Good anti-air, fam.
We're keeping this close.
Nice.
Oh dear. Okay, not going for the instant overhead because he knows.
Drive rush again. Tried to bait the amnesia. Move. Oh, he tried to catch him, trying to follow him up. He drive rushed on the other side, he got caught in the cross-up, so when he got hit, he got knocked out of the stuff.
Converted off of that!
And now you're stuck. I was just about to say, use the level 2 to force the burnout. Oh, he tried it. Oh, this is real bad. Oh my goodness, open up your dome. Yeah. Gets the Oki, makes him have a little less. He thought he was going to go for amnesia. He did, but at the wrong time. Joe Rogan gets the throw, and now here we are, Game 5 Grand Finals. Are we going to see a reset? Or is Joe Umaroda going to take this Digital Havoc first Street Fighter 6 tournament?
Will he beat the SNK boss in front of him? Or will he have to put more quarters in to defeat him? Oh, did pick up that time. Old janky. Anti-air, get out of there. Nice. No amnesia. He didn't forget.
Gets the corner. Gets the throw. Close it out.
He wants to
Joe Umaroda on tournament point here.
Get away from me. I don't want to fight this anymore. Yeah, I'm finishing this guy. We gotta do a Street Fighter 6 speed run right now, dude. Shim. Okay.
Grab once again. Japanese judo. They challenge Nikkei, but dashes right on back in.
And another throw.
Grabs him again. That's 5 times in a row.
Oh!
Gets the
This is what I was talking about.
Let me see the mental rider. Never mind. It's gonna be beast mode, baby. Joe Rogan closes this tournament out with a perfect here in Grand Finals. Luke is welcoming in the new era of Street Fighter. GG's to everyone here. Well played. Because my goodness, the mental fortitude you had to have to be able to withstand all the amnesias you took, all of the zoning you had to go through was top notch. But Nikkei, Joe Umarogan, amazing, amazing job. Didi Mokoff, top 3 right there, bro. Wonderful, top 4 right there. Wonderful, wonderful job, dog. Amazing win.
I don't have much to say. I think the match spoke for itself. That was that. This is what I was talking about with his